Rain, turn off. Music, goodbye. Oh, I wonder what this thing is. It's complete mystery. It's funny how you can turn off the names of like levels so it doesn't like spoil what the level is, but then the level opens up and it's just like the full screen picture and it's super obvious, and I'm like, oh, guess it won't be a surprise, because instead of like auto zooming in on like the first peg, and you know, by default it makes you click to zoom on the first peg, so then the whole level gets spoiled anyway. That's something they need to work on. Maybe I'll add that as an option one day. That'd be crazy. Maybe I should even go in their Discord and bother them about it and be like, hey, y'all have a suggestion, chat. You should do this. And then they're gonna be like, wow, Moons, that's like the greatest thing ever. That's such a good idea. We'll do that immediately. And then I'm gonna be like, yep, I'm a genius. You got me. I'm so smart. Too bad I already did like all the levels, but there'll be future levels, and it'll matter for those. And it'll matter for all the little kitties that start playing this game any day now, because it is Game of the Year. And here, like the next Game Awards is gonna be awarded. Like here's Game of the Year WooLoop, and everyone's gonna be like, "What? I've never heard of this game. I've never heard. No one's ever heard of it. So I don't know how it won Game of the Year, but it's just, I guess we all gotta play it now, because it got Game of the Year, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be good, and everyone's gonna play it, and then Toasty Labs, the freaking like dev team, is gonna be like, oh my gosh, WooLoop is got Game of the Year. We weren't even like, nobody even talked to us about this beforehand, that we were gonna win and that we should be at the Game Awards, but hey, we win. Wow. Let's make like 1 million DLC packs for it, and they're all gonna be freaking bangers, and they're gonna be the best DLC packs you've ever seen. And it's gonna be good. People are gonna buy our game and play the game, and it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have a DLC pack about like the stars and the moon and shit, and then we're gonna have a DLC pack on like mundane places, like just like park bench. Like we can make one that like looks like a park, but no, it's just gonna be like a park bench with like no background. It's gonna be like a wall of like drying paint. It's like stuff like that. And then there's gonna be one that's just like the back wall of like a Spencer's. Just put that as a level. Sounds like a good level to me. They're gonna do a collaboration with like Build-A-Bear, and they'll just be like 21 levels of the same fucking bear. They're just like increasing in size, like it starts out like super simple with like, I don't know, like 10 pegs, and then the very last one is just a huge fucking bear with like 5,000 pegs. That would be funny. That sounds like a good DLC pack. 21 levels of the same bear slowly getting bigger. Can't wait for them to add like r/place like in coloring pixels, only it's gonna suck because it's gonna be a fucking pixel map. That'll be cool. Part of me is like, I hope they do that, and another part of me is like, doing those levels is gonna be the worst. It's gonna be awful. God, I need to, like, my fucking sleep schedule is a mess. Like, I purposely went to sleep, like, around, like, 1 p.m. or something like that, because I was like, oh, my sleep schedule, like, why did I take a nap last night? That was a bad idea. So now my sleep schedule is even more messed up. Here, I'll just sleep like extra right now, and then when I wake up, it'll be all well and good. And then I woke up and I'm just like, I'm still tired. And then I took like a caffeine pill, and that was like over an hour ago, and I'm like, I don't know if this caffeine pill is doing what I want it to do. I don't really feel awake. I don't know what it's doing in my system right now. It's just goofing around in there. Oh, we gotta get this guy his angy eyebrow for his one big old eyeball. I'm surprised that worked. I could have swore I like looped this like this and then did whatever. It's fine. It worked out. Hi, Motive. How are you doing? I should have gone live earlier, but my sleep schedule is messy. And I need to like stop taking naps randomly when I am normally awake, because that is it's ruining me. It's absolutely ruining me. Oh, your stream went well. I think I like woke up and I saw that I had like a live notification from Twitch from you, but by the time I like actually woke up and like you know was sentient enough to do anything, I think your stream had ended. What did you stream? What were you up to? Slime Rancher as usual. Ooh. How do you like Slime Rancher 2? What are your opinions on Slime Rancher 2? Has it gotten any like content updates or anything like that since like they released it? Because I remember they released it and I bought it and I like played it some and I was just like, I don't know, it was like way too similar to Slime Rancher 1 and I was already like so bored of Slime Rancher 1. So I like have played almost no Slime Rancher 2. And then it's also like in early access, and early access usually like puts me off because like I don't like, especially in a game like Slime Rancher, because like I'll play the whole game and be like, okay, yeah, that was fun, and then they'll add like a whole bunch of content, and I'm like, I don't know, sometimes like how the content is added makes it where you have to like play like the whole game again to enjoy the new content. I'm just like, I don't want that to happen, so if I do buckle down and try Slime Rancher 2 again, I would like the full game. I want the full game. And also, like, achievements are the same way, where it's like a lot of the achievements are like, oh, do this really simple thing, like, mid-game, but you have to do it again now because we can't register that you did it. And I'm like, oh, but I really want that achievement. It's pretty similar, maybe not worth it right now, but you think it's just a better Slime Rancher 1? Yeah, hopefully it gets some updates and they add new interesting stuff. That would be nice and cool and appreciated from me. That would make me happy. I think I saw recently, didn't the game go on sale for like 20% off or something? Whenever I see a game that like hasn't been out for very long and then they do like a sale like that, it always makes me worry that the game like must not be doing very well. Like I think like that happened especially like when I saw like Arkham Knights, is that game came out and it looked interesting to me, and then I watched like somebody like play it and I was just kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna get this. And then like a month after release it was like 50% off, and I'm like, that is not a good sign. They must be losing hella money on this game if they're like a 50% off after like a month after release is just basically like, it looks like they're begging people to buy it. They're absolutely begging people. Because I feel like the people who would buy it at that point would just like see like, oh my gosh, this $60 game is half off. I have to buy it now. What a deal. And then they like buy it and either like never get around to actually playing it because like they're too busy making the money that they're like wasting on games that they see that are on sale that are garbage, or they try it out and they realize they've wasted their money because the game's not even worth $30. And I'm starting to think that caffeine I took, maybe it did do something, because I'm feeling pretty talkative. It's just like I still feel like tired. God, and I say that about like, oh, it's 50% off, I have to buy it now, because I used to be like that. I was so bad about that sometimes when I used to play on like PS4 still, is I would be like, oh, this game like it's on sale and I have money that I don't know. I'm not very good at like saving money, but I have money. I've paid all my bills this month. I'm going to buy this game. And then I try playing the game like I recently I'm like way more cautious with my money, and I'm like, I want to see gameplay, I want to see other people's opinions on the game. I need to see how this game is, going and performing. But back then I just had like money to spare, so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna buy the game and I'm just gonna try it. And then I would realize 9 times out of 10 the game is garbage and not worth my money or time, and then I'm like, well shit, why did I do that? And then I'd wind up doing it again. I'm now living by this philosophy: no gameplay, no buy, which is really good in like a lot of game trailers. It's like you watch the game trailer and like it looks good, like they're showing you cutscenes, and you're like, wow, this looks like a really cool game. And then you remember, hey, I didn't see any gameplay. Where's the gameplay? What's the game actually like? Huh? What? Wait, oh, dude, I'm not buying. Like, don't fucking buy the game based off cutscenes. It's such a bad idea. And there's so many like AAA games out there that come out, and all that's in the only thing in the trailer is like super epic music and cutscenes. I'm like, buying a game based like I don't know, it's just like marketing, I guess. But they're like, well, look how cool it is. Here's like 2 frames of gameplay, but we're gonna gloss over that real quick, and here's some more like cutscenes where like, oh, the dude's doing backflips and he's punching and he's fighting and he's like shooting magic out of his fingertips, and then you see like the 2 frames of gameplay and it just looks like, I don't know, it just looks like worse Dark Souls or some shit. And I'm like, why would I want to play just like worse Dark Souls when I could play real Dark Souls or Elden Ring? Where's you love being immune to advertising? Does that mean you fall for it? You fall for the advertising? I believe in you, Motif. You're strong. You have the power to become immune to advertising. Next time there's this like huge game showcase and you're like, wow, I'm super excited for this game, just remember that like you're hyped over a cutscene and there's no real game yet. It's like, oh god. I don't know if this is like true or not, but like I haven't seen any gameplay on like, you know, like Bethesda's new game, like they've been talking about it for like years now. The freaking like Starfield game. Has there been any gameplay shown on that game? The game where they're claiming there's like, I don't know, like several hundreds or thousands of planets that, oh, you can go explore, and it's like Skyrim in space. Like I don't know what it is, but I haven't seen any gameplay on that. But I remember like a few trailers that was just cutscenes. And I'm kind of just like sitting here and I'm like, I mean, it's a Bethesda game. Like I don't know if I trust Bethesda anymore. I can't remember the last time Bethesda came out with a game where I was like, holy shit, this game like changes everything. I love this game so much. It's kind of like I remember Skyrim came out and it was kind of like that with Skyrim, but Skyrim, in my opinion, has not held up over the years very well. I've never enjoyed a Fallout game. The only Fallout game I can remember, like really remember the release of, is like Fallout 76, and that was a dumpster fire. Usually I feel like nowadays that it's I'm more likely to buy a game if I find out about it solely through word of mouth and see no ads for it. Now but that just makes me think like there's a lot of games out there where I guess like the devs don't have the money to advertise it, or some games just get like bad advertising and like they don't do well, but then the game is just like good. I'm trying to think of like an example that's not like WooLoop. Because like my first thought is like, oh, like, yo, WooLoop's kind of like that. Because I doubt anyone on Earth is like, I don't believe there's ads for this game. Like, I'm not sure how big the dev team is, but the dev team talks as though they're really small, and like, you know, and I'm just like, I wish more people knew about WooLoop. I think WooLoop is legitimately like such a relaxing, nice game. But it's just like never going to get any advertising. Just because of like how small the dev team is, and like they're not like money grubbing scumbags, so they don't have like extra money just to like throw at the Super Bowl and be like, hey, make a crazy ad that costs like millions of dollars and like promote our game. Yeah, a lot of the smaller games that like really deserve advertising just don't get like the attention they deserve sometimes. That's just how it be. Capitalism, woohoo. God, and that's always like some of my friends will tell me, like they've told me in the past that like all the games I play on my stream they've never heard of, and they always talk about how I play like the weirdest shit on my stream, and I'm just like, I all I can assume is it's just that. It's just like I just happen to play like the games that aren't really like AAA games, and they just, you know, people don't hear about them. like I'm trying to even think of some I don't know, just like indie games. Like I play a lot of indie games, and people don't, you know, you don't really hear about those unless you're out looking for them. Like, and if I didn't like already know about like Toasty Labs and like Coloring Pixels, I probably would have never heard about this game. I'm trying to remember when I first saw this game. It was either like recommended on Steam because I had like so many hours in Coloring Pixels, or they like added everyone in their Discord server that I was like a part of, and they were like, "Hey, our new game just released." It was one of those two. But either way, it's just like I already knew they existed. Like, yeah, I'm gonna see their new game. And God, there's so many games like on my Steam wish list. This is getting a bit off track of what we were talking about, but there's so many games on my Steam wish list that are it's just they all say just like coming soon. There's like 15 games that I have my eye on right now. They're all coming soon, and I'm like chomping at the bits. I'm like, please let me play this game. Oh my gosh, I want to play this game. Like Knots. I believe I played like they had like a demo. I think it was like a you know, like a Steam Fest thing where they had a demo for a short time. I don't even think the demo's like available anymore. It might be, but I played the demo and I'm just like, this game's just like exactly what I thought it was gonna be, and it's so good. I love cleaning simulators. I played freaking Power Wash on my stream the other day for like 6 hours, 7 hours, something like that. And I'm like, I love like Viscera Cleanup. Viscera Cleanup's another amazing cleaning game. And this is just like a cleaning game underwater where you use the trash you get to like upgrade your cleaning abilities and like how long you can breathe underwater. And I'm like, oh, cleaning game with upgrade, my love. I want clean underwater. And then there's like another game like Outpath, which looks amazing because there's this game called like Forger, which is like a top-down 2D, just like super grindy game where you just, I don't know, resource manage to hell and back. And you just run around and like break rocks and kill little enemies and get XP and get skills and run around and break more rocks and upgrade your tools. And it is such a good game, but like the developer abandoned it like 3 years ago. So it hasn't like it hasn't been updated in so long. Maybe not 3 years, but it's been a good couple years now. And the developer just like abandoned it for reasons that I'm not even 100% sure on, so I'm not gonna make assumptions. But somebody's making a game called Outpath, and it just looks like first-person 3D Forger, and they have a demo, and it's like absolutely amazing. Like the game is like so good. Like it even seems like it's gonna be like way better than like Forger. Like there's so many like more like nice little quality of life skills you can get. Like sooner in the game, it seems like you can get like mining rods that will mine stuff for you, and they're like cheaper to make. And I'm just like, this game looks like it's gonna be so good. Like I want that game to release. I don't even think it has like a release date yet. I think it's supposed to come out like sometime this year. It just says like coming soon in 2023. And I'm like, where the game at? Give me a release date. I'm begging you. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm more excited for Outpath and Lotto Knight than I am like The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I think a lot of that has to do with like the price. And the fact that I can just play it on my computer. Like for some reason having like things on my computer that I can play like really like changes things. It's like I like all my things to be in one place, and I want that place that all my things are at to just be the best place that they can be. Like why would I want to play a game on the Nintendo Switch if I could just play it on my computer? And like run it at like 60 FPS. But I guess like I'm a little worried about Tears of the Kingdom. I hope they, you know, well, it's freaking like Legend of Zelda, so surely Nintendo is gonna like, you know, put their heart and soul in this. This is like one of their this might be their biggest franchise. I don't even know what their biggest franchise is. Actually, I think their biggest franchise might be Pokemon. But anyway, It's freaking The Legend of Zelda. Surely they're not gonna fuck up their game by making it too intense for the Switch to run. I'm also like a little like I'm also kind of wondering because I remember when like Breath of the Wild came out, they're like, oh, we made it for like the Wii U, but here soon we're gonna come out with like another console called the Switch, and it's gonna run on that too. So they made it like for the Wii U, but they put it like on the Switch, like on release of the Switch. So I'm wondering if like they're gonna like make Tears of the Kingdom and be like, oh yeah, we made it with the Switch in mind, but here's a new console we're gonna come out with like on Christmas, and it's gonna play on that too. And I'm like, no, that would be kind of cool. That might be cool. Part of me is like really hoping that happens. The Switch is kind of lived its life, you know? Nintendo needs to make a real console. And by real console, I mean something that can like hardware wise that can compete with all the other consoles on the market. But Nintendo doesn't seem, I don't know. Nintendo's never really been about like how good their hardware is, have they? They're just like, we like doing silly things and like doing you know, unique little silly things. That's kind of like just been like what Nintendo does. But I'm also like, you could do unique and silly things with a console that's, you know, powerful enough to run its own games. And I assume they're like probably freaking out about the Steam Deck to some extent, because like the Steam Deck is almost in like direct competitor to the Switch. The only thing the Steam Deck doesn't have is, you know, the games that the Switch has. If if the Steam Deck was able to like, you know, run all the Nintendo games, Nintendo would be, you know, they would go like the way of Sega, where they just give up making consoles. Which is like another thing I kind of wish they would just do. Like, it'd be crazy if like Splatoon 3 was on like PC and I didn't have to worry about like using fucking motion controls. Because motion controls are basically required in that game if you want to be like, you know, just like good. And I'm like, motion controls make me sad. I don't like using motion controls. I really don't want to use motion controls to aim my freaking anything. Wow, I wonder what this is gonna be. Thanks, WooLoop. Whoops. I'm going in the circles. The circles. Wee. Or should I say woo? Good. I'm like I suddenly have the urge to talk about fucking like numbers go up. That game is unbelievably good. Like if like I really like idle incremental into the games, and it's just the best one ever. Like I've played so many of those games, and so many of them are just like either just hot garbage or just kind of like, yeah, okay, this is fine. I've gotten bored of it now. But numbers go up is just crazy good. It's so good, and I was like playing it again recently. Usually I'll take like month-long breaks from it, and I'll come back and I'll like play it more seriously over like a week or two. And I like came back to playing it and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing now. And I just like have made like so much progress in the past like 2 days after like just just like, you know, like the game just idling offline for like a month. And I'm just like, kind of want to play numbers go up. I might even just like alt tab this and just play some numbers go up in the background. Putting the idle in idle games. I mean, that's one of like the amazing things about the game is you can just like turn the game off and the game will just, you know, idle offline forever. Like a lot of idle games have a cap because like I guess like they want you to come back to the game. They want you to have to like actively play the game. And usually I commend an idle game. Like usually I consider like, okay, this one's better because there's things you can do actively to increase your progress. But there's usually a certain point to where like that's necessary. Like if you want to make any meaningful progress, you have to actively play it. And that's when I decide like the game isn't very good. Like I don't like Cookie Clicker very much because like, I mean, you're like anyone who's anybody is just gonna, you know, get an auto clicker to click on the cookie for them. And then if you like really want to make crazy progress, basically the strategy is to get a cookie that gives like, I think it's like 777 times clicking power, and then you just turn your auto clicker on the freaking cookie and you have like you get so many like, I don't know, the game doesn't seem like optimized around auto clickers. There are some idle games I've played recently that were optimized around auto clickers or even gave you auto clickers like in the game for free, and I'm like, now this is a good idea. This like they're doing something here, but I don't usually like auto clickers. Or not, I don't usually like clicker games for like the whole reason of just, yeah, I'm gonna pull an auto clicker out and like break the game now. And Cookie Clicker is also extremely boring because like that's the only thing you can do. There's no like fun little mini games you can play. Like I guess like there's the garden, but that's not what I would consider a fun little mini game. That is just, I mean, that's just an idle thing. It's not a mini game. It's just completely idle. There's like a couple other, there's like, actually there's not even a couple, there's like one other little mini game you could play, and that's just like a stock market. And I'm like, who wants to sit here and play a stock market? This is garbage. I hate it. I don't want to sit here and play like a fake stock market. That's torture. So Cookie Clicker, like I hate how much people like Cookie Clicker. I guess because it's just like been around for so long, and it was like, I guess I assume it was one of the first, but it's just not that good. Like there's nothing to do in that game. And then like numbers go up. I have like over 1,000 hours in that game, and I just unlocked I'm about to unlock like a whole new like section in the game. Like there's all these like menus on the side. There's like 25 menus on the side of the screen, and I have over 1,000 hours in this game, and there's still just like 3 menus that are locked. And every time you like unlock a new one of those menus, it's like, oh wow, look at this crazy new like concept for me to mess with and like increase my stats and whatnot. Like it's a completely new, unique thing to do. And the game, like, I don't know, like the game, like that's like my, I don't know, I feel like I got off track a little there because I was complaining about how Cookie Clicker doesn't really have anything like active you can do. And then like there's one game that like, God, I'm trying to like word my thoughts. There's this game that came out not too long ago called like Farmers Against Potatoes, and I hate the graphics in that game so bad. Like you play as this like really ugly, stupid character. You can't change what the character looks like. The potatoes are freaking ugly. Like everything in this game just looks like ugly. But the idle game is just like so good. Like this game is like insanely, surprisingly good. And playing the game, I can tell that it got a lot of its like concepts and it took like a lot of notes from Numbers Go Up. And I think that's what makes it so good. Like in the game, like it's with Numbers Go Up too, is there's ways in the game just to like make the premium currency. Like I've never spent like any money on Numbers Go Up, and I have just about every premium currency item that you could like want. It just, you know, there's like a thing in the game where it's like, oh, you can grow fruit idly, and if you eat the fruit you gave bonuses, and there's just a fruit you can eat that just gives you premium currency. You get premium currency basically daily from like, you know, like just a daily spin wheel nonsense that increases its like how much like the prize is worth based on like how many times you've spun it. So like it does reward you for coming back daily. It takes like a long time to make your freaking wheel go up in tier, but like it's worth it. So I don't know, it's such a good game. And the dev is, I don't know, I hear he's been working on like number go up like Idle 2. And I think I saw on Twitter a while back he like posted a screenshot, and I'm just like, I need more news, you know? I need more info on this. I can't wait to be playing like Numbers Go Up and Number Go Up 2 at the same time, just like running on my computer. Like it is, God, it's just the best idle game out there. And then I guess like Farmers Against Potatoes is probably like the number 2 best one out there because it takes so many notes from Numbers Go Up. And I keep getting off track about like, oh, there's no like active thing to do, and sometimes an active thing to do is nice, but like you don't like want to require like make it required to do. And Numbers like Farmers Against Potatoes has like a pretty nice little thing where it's like a little mini game you play called Whack-A-Potato, and if you like, you basically play whack-a-mole every like 3-5 minutes, something like that, and you get points to like upgrade stuff and like upgrade the whack-a-mole machine, and then you can just get like more points faster, and then eventually in the game it's like you get a thing where it'll like play the game for you like every few minutes, and you don't even have to really do it anymore. But like doing it yourself still is like better than just, you know, having it do it's on its own. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just nice. Like I don't know how to how quite to explain it, but it's such a nice little mechanic. And I'm like, number go, like I don't like, and it seems so like weird that I'm mentioning like, oh, having an like a thing you can do actively is really nice, but like don't like make it a requirement, just make it, you know, like its own little thing kind of, which, you know, the potato game did really good, but like Numbers Go Up, I don't think like they, you know, don't really have anything active you need to do, but it's still just like an amazing game. It's crazy good. Like I don't think I could recommend that game enough. It's like I just don't know what to say about it. It's the best idle game ever. I have hundreds of hours in this game and I'm still unlocking new content. And the dev actually seems like a really cool, like interesting person. Even if his game has like multiple Rick and Morty references in it, it's still a good game regardless. Maybe I should just like, cause like he made a second game, freaking like 4G, the guy that worked on, you know, made Numbers Go Up Idle. He made like a Numbers Go Up like industry like a few, like I think it's been like 2 years now, 3 years. God, I remember when that game like released and I was like super excited about it, but like like I didn't really have a way to play it because my computer was broken. So I've never really like I played it for like 1 or 2 days and then like I don't know, my computer freaking sucks and it like wasn't worth the trouble. I was having so many issues at that time. But I've never really gone back to play it because I've heard that like the dev freaking was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be updating or supporting this game anymore because I think he was just like disappointed in the game. Like he wasn't like happy with what he had made. He's like, the game isn't really what I wanted it to be, and I'm just gonna like focus on making a sequel to like Numbers Go Up Idle. So the fact that like I believe the game still has like a ton of content and like a lot of things you can do, and the game is still like fun, but just like hearing the dev talk about how he doesn't even really like the game he made makes me just, you know, of course that's gonna put me off from playing it. Maybe one day I'll get around to it. God, I went to sleep like later than I meant to because I was gonna go to sleep around like noon, and then I didn't go to sleep till like 1 or 2 p.m. because I had just made like that huge progress and Numbers Go Up, and I'm like, you know what, I don't need sleep right this moment. And I still somehow just like tore myself away from the game. I was like, I just unlocked all this stuff. Like there's like there is active things I could do because I like unlocked a new adventure zone. Like I don't know how much I should just like sit here and ramble about how that freaking works, but like sitting here actively playing this would be like satisfying. And I'm like, I am going to tear myself away from this and fix my sleep schedule desperately needs like help. Like my sleep schedule is like usually like, okay, wake up at like, you know, like 3 in the afternoon, go to bed at like 6 a.m. And I was pretty used to that sleep schedule, and I liked it because I could wake up at 3 in the afternoon and, you know, do whatever I want, relax for like 3-4 hours, and then I would live stream. And recently it's just been like a freaking like it's just been horrible. My sleep schedule's been absolutely terrible. Like I took like a nap like I don't know in the middle of the night, which I shouldn't have done. So then I woke up like early morning and I was like, this isn't when I'm supposed to be awake. And then I forced myself to go back to sleep at like, you know, a little afternoon to try and fix it. And I'm like, I can't, my poor sleep schedule, my poor fucked up sleep schedule. I need no more naps, no more random, oh, I'm baby, let me go sleepy. No, I don't need any more of that. I need because like I swear to God, it's always just, oh yeah, I want nap. Here, let me. No, I don't need to do that anymore. That is the enemy of sleep schedules, is taking random naps. I need my sleep schedule intact. I started so late today, like way later than I like to start my stream, like mainly because I woke up so late. Because I was like desperately trying to fix my sleep schedule. I woke up at like 6:30. I'd set an alarm and I woke up like right before my alarm. And I was like, I'll try to go live around like 7. And I very quickly realized 30 minutes is not enough for me to like get in like the space to stream, because like I usually have like several hours to do that, and I'm like 30 minutes is not enough. And I took like a caffeine pill because I'm like trying that out, because like I feel like I took like an energy drink one stream, and then like the stream like went way better, and I was way more talkative and whatnot, which seems to be working. Like I took caffeine again today, and I'm like, you know, I'm talkative and blah blah blah. And I only take caffeine like on days I'm going to stream, like before I stream. So I took the caffeine pill, and I like wanted to give it some time to like, you know, work. And I mean, I think it's working. I think it made me a bit more anxious than I normally am, which was not fun. But I think I'm sitting here rambling and playing WooLoop is fixing that. WooLoop really does it just cures mental illnesses. Temporary cure for mental illnesses right here. Everyone play it. Everyone buy the DLC. The DLC's $1. Everyone give Toasty Labs your fucking money. Give them your money and play WooLoop. WooLoop Best Mental Illness Cure 2023. Also, by circumstance, Game of the Year. Give them your money. Like, I think 90% of the content that's in this game right now is free. But give them your money anyway. My God, I'm even more annoyed at myself that like I started so late, because I'm like, oh, it's Saturday night, you know, people, you know, are off school, they're off work. I'll have like a couple more viewers. I don't know how this works. Like I streamed the other day, like my normal time in the middle of the week, and I had like, I don't know, like an average of like 4 or so viewers, and I'm like, that's, you know, pretty good for me. Like I feel like I don't know where these people are coming from or why they're here right now. But then I'm like, I start up like late on a Saturday night, which I feel like I could get away with, but I don't know. I don't understand like analytics and like stuff like that. This is so true. What the fact that I stream on a weekday night and I get more viewers than a weekend night, like, it doesn't make sense to me, but it happened. All I can do is assume it's because I like started like 2 hours later than I normally stream. You have that same thing happen to you and you have no idea how it works. I don't understand how it works either. Like everything in my brain tells me that like, oh, weekends are like, you know, the time to stream. But I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I'll probably try to stream again tomorrow, because it's like, you know, the weekend. And we'll see if there's any change. I'll try to go to like live earlier. Maybe I'll like actually play Bloodstained. I'm playing WooLoop today mainly because like God, I'm trying to even think of how to explain it. Like, I took the caffeine pill and I didn't feel like it woke me up at all. I was just like still like kind of just like, oh, I don't feel like super great and I'm tired. I have like a slight headache. The hell did that caffeine pill do to me? But now like I'm just gonna like vibe. I'm going to exist. I'm gonna play fucking WooLoop. I'm starting super late. Like the stream, like I don't know, today's stream might not be as long as like normal. I was gonna play WooLoop for like 2-3 hours. Let's have a nice little baby stream. I'll try and make up for it tomorrow, I guess. Because usually, like... And I need to post it somewhere, because, like, I don't actually have, like... a schedule, but I kind of do, and I kind of don't. Like, I think I'm, like, just, like, naturally kind of, like, banging out a schedule where I try to start around 6 to 7 p.m. at least every other day. And I need to just, like, you know, put that information somewhere so that people know. Which is another reason why I, like, specifically, like, went live to them. I'm like, it's super fucking late for me to go live, but, like, I don't want to, like, let myself not stream 2 days in a row. Like, I need to be, like, consistent, because consistency is one of the most important things. I'm like, I'll just vibe, play WooLoop. It'll be something. It's better than nothing. I haven't played WooLoop in a while. Bitches love WooLoop. I'm making a fucking, like, unicorn over here. There's, like, so many games coming out soon. I think I recently heard about this, like... God, what was the name of that game? It's like Monster Hunter. It's like... But, like, not Monster Hunter. Because the only, like... I think they're calling it, like... I think they called it, like, a Hunter-like or something. Because I've only ever seen, like, Monster Hunter games. Or, like, that like, Monster Hunter is, like, its own thing. I've never seen anyone try to, like, replicate what Monster Hunter does. But apparently somebody's trying to replicate what Monster Hunter does, and they're calling it, like, a Hunter-like. And I've seen a couple ads for it recently, and I'm like, it looks cool, but why the fuck is it $70? Like, I'm terrified. Like, like, inflation has been bad enough. Leave the video games alone. Like, freaking, like, AAA games are starting to come out and just be like $70. I think that new, like, Star Wars game is coming out and it's also $70, and I'm like, please stop this. I don't want to pay $70 just to find out the new, like, Hunter-like game is garbage. Like, I can already, like, I already feel like I'm not gonna like it, because I'm so used to, like, how Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise, they both had, like, the same exact controls. I had, like, hundreds of hours in Monster Hunter World. I turn on Monster Hunter Rise, controls are, like, exactly the same, with, like, 1 or 2 extra mechanics, and I'm like, this is amazing. I love this. Like, I hate change. Like, it's, I just pick it up and play it. I already know how to play it. It's awesome. And then this, like, other game's gonna come out, and I feel like if you know, there's no... It'd be really nice if the controls were exactly the same, but there's no way the controls are gonna be exactly the same. Like, that would... I don't know, I feel like that would be taking, like, too much of just, like, Monster Hunter. But at the same time, I'd be like, please make this easy for me. Whew. I love how you can, like, just do this. Even though you're not supposed to, like, twist around that, it doesn't care if you twist around it. Usually if you, like, mess stuff up, it, like that, it's, like, gets, like, angry at you, like, oh, I don't twist around, oh, it's unhappy. But you can, like, twist around, like, anything as many times as you want, even if you're not supposed to twist around it. Maybe other guy was right. This is a baby game. You're gonna make me go like, how far are we going with this string? I saw there was like just a couple strings left and I was like, oh boy, I'm almost done. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Whoops, didn't go with circle. God, for some reason I'm thinking about how like, I think I saw like a TikTok recently about it or something, but somebody was like talking about how they like came to America and they were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like the drinks are free refill. Like there's no way like they just, you know, that can't be true. Because it was, I guess wherever they were from, that's just like not a thing. And then I really think about like, oh, you know, free refills, that's so cool. And then like the cost of soda, like from what I understand and remember hearing, is soda is like basically like worthless. Like freaking like corn syrup and shit, like it doesn't cost anything. Like I know McDonald's, like the cup they put the soda in is worth more than the fucking soda, and I'm just like, that's just like blows my mind. It's crazy to me that the cup is worth more, like the fucking packaging is worth more than the actual product. Corn syrup, yummy. God, I remember taking an environmental science class and like it was really good because the teacher like actually cared about the subject and was super passionate about environmental science, and he like hated corn. Like we would like very often like read a book in class all about just like corn and how like weird it is that it's in every single thing we eat, and how like there's way too much corn. And it's just like, yeah, I don't like you know, kind of like, you know, you're right, like fuck corn. Like corn is in everything, and it's like not even like particularly good for you. And I can't believe how like versatile it is and how much like freaking corn we have. I guess that's the whole point is it's like versatile. I know like God, I hate hearing about how like they feed corn. Also high teal, sorry, I'm going on a real rant this stream. I hate how like one of the things we learned is they'll feed corn to cows just because of like they're like, look at all this fucking corn we have. What else are we supposed to do with it? We'll feed it to the cattle and it fattens them up more and faster than like grass. And like corn is not good for cows. Like they eat it anyway, but like it just gives them like heartburn and just makes them like ill. Like it's not good for the cows. It's like, oh, we'll just feed it to the cows anyway. Whatever. It's fine. Wait, yay corn. I'm just like, ugh. Like whenever I hear of like animals being fed corn, I'm just like, you know, they're not meant to eat that. Like cows are meant to eat freaking hay and grass, and that's what they need, and that's what they're like designed to eat. They're not designed to eat corn. I guess that's why like grass-fed is such like a big thing when they advertise something. They're like, oh, grass-fed free-range cattle. Oh god, that reminds me of another thing about like free range. I remember we learned about like chickens and what's considered a free range chicken. Apparently, to be considered a free range chicken, Like what they do with the chickens is they keep them like locked up for like, I don't know, like an X amount of weeks. And then at one point they'll like open up this little door and they're able to like leave like, you know, the little complex they live in, but they don't because they've never been outside before and they're too scared to go outside. And then I guess the people who like own the chickens are just like, yep, free range. Yeah, they have the full ability to go outside, but they, you know, they've been conditioned from actual birth not to go outside. I've heard that a lot of the chickens, like the ones you might see like in a truck going down the road, like have really, really bad eyesight. Some of them might even just be like blind because they live in really small, dimly lit like places where it's just like it just all sucks. It just all sucks. Don't feed cows corn. Don't believe what you see on packaging about free range chickens. What do they define as free range? Who fucking knows? We fed the animals what they're supposed to eat. Give us more money. Yeah. Yay capitalism. Yay marketing. So how are you doing, Teal? Welcome to the stream where I complain about things and stuff. Where I sit here and like pretend to know what I'm talking about. Even though I haven't like taken a class on this subject in like 5 years. Like 5-6 years. Ooh. Oh, whoops. Now I just quick, somebody like spark up a new conversation that I can just like complain about. Bring up like anything. And any like subject of conversation. Maybe my mind will just like wander across one. That's how like the soda nonsense. Yes, trans people are cool. I really don't want to get into it, but like I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just gonna say the thing Donald Trump said recently, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That's all I really I don't want to talk about that crap. But oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, next subject of conversation. Trans people, hell yeah. Trans people are valid. Trans people are people and deserve to exist. Trans people should play WooLoop. I feel like, God, I suddenly see like the sand thing and I'm like, maybe we should do something special when we reach like 1,000 sand. And then I'm like, you know, people usually do like, oh, a sub goal, you know, at like X amount of subs, I'll do like a special stream or I'll stream this game. And I'm just like, do I really want to tie my special streams and stuff like that with a sand goal? It sounds like a bad idea because I know Feeny, and Feeny's just gonna like sit around and just like type sand in the chat when I'm like not even live. Like he'll like by tomorrow or the next day already have 1,000 sand, and he'll be like, oh, you know what you said? You were gonna play more Jump King. You were gonna play Jump King for at least 2 hours if we got 1,000 sand. And I'm like, I don't think I should do that. I don't think I should make it that easy. I really don't think I should make it that easy. That sounds like a bad idea. Oh, I gotta go back. I don't want to go back. I just came from here. The line doesn't need to be this thick. It's gonna be okay. Like, maybe there can be a sand goal, but I don't think it's gonna be anything as intense as I stream X game, or I stream on like X day for like or like I stream like so much amount longer. It needs to be like something like, you know, something easier and more doable. God, I think I suddenly remembered. I think other guy at one point offered that I should have like a channel point reward where I'll just open MS Paint and like draw somebody like a picture. I need to like make that, because like I don't know why I forgot. I feel like he came up with that idea and I just forgot about it until now. I don't even know what made me remember it. I just suddenly remembered that like at some point somebody suggested that, and I'm like, that's such a good idea. And like, so it seems like a lot of people just has like a lot of channel points that they like aren't using. So I'm like, I need to get these channel points away from these crazy people before I play like Jump King and they make me take my glasses off. Like, I need to tear the channel points out of these people's hands. I need those channel points. Hey, Motive. Well, how do you feel about pineapple on pizza? It's disgusting, right? Yeah. You're on my side. You hate pineapple on pizza. I can tell. You should get rid of that emote for me. You should get rid of the pineapple on pizza time emote. Because if there's anything people love wasting their channel points on, it's getting that emote back. It's already enabled. It's already enabled, Motif. Why are you smiling? You just wasted 8,000 points. I can refund your points. Oh my god, you have another 2 of those? You're just like flexing how many points you have. I can refund your points if you want, because like, I mean, it's already available. You didn't have to do that. Also, I wonder how many streamers out there know that you can like refund channel points on like most, you know, on most things. Like, I think I remember like stumbling across like the page you have to go to do so. And I think they might have added it like somewhere else recently to make it like a little more easier to find, but it's just like, it's so weird to find that page. I just have it bookmarked now. I don't even remember how I originally found it. Or even what like the page is like officially called. It has like a weird name. It's called like, here, let's see if I can like figure it out. I think if I click on like the chat message, yeah, it's review request queue. If you go to review request queue, when you click on like the fucking like chat settings, I guess on your own channel, I assume, you can like see all of the channel point things, and you can either refund or like confirm that you've like, you know, done the thing. God, that I'm taking a small hiatus. I'm taking a small little break here, and I'm gonna make that channel point reward where people can say for me to draw something. I need to like, I don't know how much to make it though. Let's see here. New custom reward. draw a thing you suggest. It will be in a MS Paint, and it will be bad. Let's see here. What's a good cost? I usually try to like price things on like how disruptive it is to the stream. And I'm like, it's gonna be pretty disruptive. And I think I'm gonna have like, should there be, I'm not making a limit, fuck it. We'll just see how it goes. It's gonna be like, God, I have to even check how much like the other ones are worth. It's like taking glasses off, like that's extremely disruptive. And that's like 5,000. And that's like a 5-minute disruption. Bedtime story like isn't that disruptive. It's just like kind of annoying for me to do because I actually have to like come up with like a stupid little story. Ad time is pretty disruptive because that's like a whole minute where most people can't even see the stream. Maybe I'll make it like, I don't know, like 4,000. We'll try 4,000 out. It will be in MS Paint and it will be bad. Create. Enjoy the new point submission thing. Oh wow, I typed and it changed my model. Thank you. I remember people have like told me that I'm like an insane person for using the numpad when I type numbers. And that's just what I prefer. Like I love using the numpad for numbers, but that's also things I have like my fucking like VTuber button set on my numpads, and I always forget I have that when I'm streaming. Like one of these days I'm gonna be typing on my numpad, I'm gonna accidentally just like press the end stream button and everything's gonna explode. Or I'm gonna like accidentally like bring up like the starting soon screen or something. It's gonna be whatever it's gonna be annoying, whatever it is. I wonder if you press, like I have a button bound to like start the stream and one's bound to end the stream. And I never really use those buttons to do either of those things. I mainly set those up because like I've streamed games before that were extremely hard to capture. And if I alt-tabbed the game, like the game would basically just crash because they were old, shitty fuck games. Like, so those are what those buttons are for. But now I don't use the buttons because I haven't played a game like that in like months. I'm like, I'm not even sure, like if I press the start stream button, will it end my stream? Like I don't even know. You would never make those keybinds because you will accidentally press it and I will end my stream and not notice. Well, I usually like with my dual monitor setup, like I would notice like almost immediately if that did happen. Like I tabbed back into like my little stream setup here after making the channel point reward, and I like immediately saw like I'm like, oh, my VTuber is sad. I didn't mean to do that, and I fixed it. There's been times where like I think in the past where my internet was being super shitty, and like my stream would just like end and go down, and I would immediately be like, oh, well that's, I don't know. It's just I don't know what your setup is. I don't even know if you have two monitors, but having two monitors when you stream feels like it's basically a requirement. Like if you don't have two monitors and you're streaming, like that must be torture. Like I'm so glad that I have a preview of like my stream on my second monitor. Like right next to chat, right next to all my all the activity feeds. Like if I didn't have this second monitor, it would like, I know you can like use your phone, but the phone's not like as good. It's not nearly as good. And also the buttons that like do those things like into my stream are buttons that I never press anyway. Like I believe my end stream button is delete, and my start stream button is my like, I don't know, like right leaning bracket, or like the dash, like the right leaning dash. And then I also have like, I believe plus mutes my mic and minus mutes my desktop. And I do use those. Those are very useful. There's been many times where I'll start a game up for the first time and it'll be like unbelievably loud just because it seems just like it's just how games work. You turn the game on and it's going to be super loud for the first time. And I'll usually mute the desktop for the stream when that happens until I can like sort the audio out. And like during BRBs and before I start and stuff, you know, I just, you know, press the plus button, make sure my mic aux isn't like, you know, I can see that it's muted on the screen. So I don't accidentally like leave my mic unmuted and I just walk out of the room. Which I mean, probably wouldn't do much. Probably all you'd hear is me like shuffling to pick my headset back up. Because it's a headset mic. God, my sister asked me recently, she's like, you have any like recommendations for like a gaming headset? She like hers is like messing up, so she asked me like, oh, what should I get? Is this one good? And I'm just like, I have no idea. I have no idea. I bought like the headset I'm using now, I bought like 6 or 7 years ago, and I've like it's just hasn't given me any trouble. It's been years. And I think I bought it like at Walmart. I believe what happened is when I still used to play like Overwatch, and it sounds good. Yeah, I've never had anyone complain about like my like audio quality. Like somehow I just got like lucky with the headset I bought. Like it has a good mic. It's lasted years. It sounds good. I used to play I used to play Overwatch with people online with the freaking like I think it was like the little earpiece that came with like the PS4. It was a shitty like one earbud and had like a really crappy like microphone attached to it, and that's what I would use to play Overwatch. What headset do I use? It's like I know it's like called a Turtle Beach. Here, let me take it off and see if there's any more information on it. It looks like it's a Turtle Beach, like Ear Force Recon. Those are pretty good. Yeah, I think I got it at Walmart for like $60, like 6 years ago. So somewhere around that price, and it has been a very good headset. I remember when I first like used it, like just having like, because like I said, I used to play a lot of Overwatch when it had first released with a shitty little earbud with a mic attached to it. And the first time I put this on, I was like, there were sounds in the game that I could hear that I'd never heard before. Like it was kind of like just surprising how much better it was than a single earbud that probably cost like $3. Also, hi Captain Karma. Hi. I perceive you. You love it when headphones do that? When what? Headphones do what exactly? Last more than a year? Are worth $3? Gosh, I got it was so funny to me because I got on Twitter for the first time in like forever. Like I got on my freaking Twitter account and I look at my notifications and I saw that like you Karma had like followed me, and I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. I wonder how long ago he followed me. And I followed you back, but I'm like, maybe I'll use Twitter more. Like, you know, I know a lot of streamers use like Twitter to like notify their community that they're live, and I'm just like, I guess, I mean, like, I I think the whole reason I don't want to do that is because I'm like, I'm gonna post that I'm live, and then it's gonna get like 0 likes, and like Twitter's gonna make me see how many people viewed it and didn't like it, and I'm gonna be like, oh, ooh. You accidentally broke your earbuds because you dropped your laptop on your foot. And I mean, I think that's a good sacrifice, honestly. Your earbuds died so your laptop could survive. I would be so happy if that happened, honestly. I'd be like, yeah, fuck my laptop. What? No. Sorry, I got that mixed up. I'd be like, fuck my headphones. I don't care. They're just earbuds. I'm glad my laptop's okay. I assume your laptop is okay because you're being sad about your earbuds. I'd be so relieved my laptop was okay. To the extent that I'm just like, yeah, who cares? Oh no, my headphones are broken. Rip. They had a good run. Your laptop only survived because it fell on your foot. I mean, hell yeah. Your foot died so your laptop could survive. A nasty bruise on your foot. Well, I hope I don't know. I don't know what to say, because in my mind, I like I'm saying, I would be super happy that happened because my laptop survived, but also I'm like, I hope your foot gets better, but I'm glad your laptop's okay. Also, karma, I think God, I almost like, I'm so bad at over explaining things, because the whole explanation was like, you know, last stream I saw like you were like, you know, you told me you were gonna go, and then I was like, oh yeah, see you, Karma, you should join my Discord, but I don't know if I said it fast enough for you to hear it. So I'm just gonna be like, hey, you should join my Discord if you want to. And I also think I mentioned that if you ever want to like DM me on Discord about us like doing whatever nonsense, you can just, you know, just feel free to do that. Yeah, but I don't know. I mainly just use the Discord to ping people when I'm live. It doesn't serve much other purpose. Like sometimes people will like, I don't know, post a little here and there. I know it's so weird for me to think that it's like, yeah, I have a community server for my Twitch, when I originally just made it like I just want a place to at everyone in, you know, I just want people to know I'm streaming, and Discord from my own personal experience is the best place to do that. Like there's like streamers I'll follow, and Twitch seems to be like really weird about how their live notifications go out. Like sometimes it can take up to like 30 minutes or longer for you to get the, oh, so and so went live, here it is on your phone. Like that can just take so long. So a lot of people I follow on Twitch just have Discords where they add people there, and I'm like, this is so convenient and nice. I love it. Such a good place to tell people you're live. That's what you use your Discord for mostly. It's a good feature. It's a good thing to do. And also like Discord like really like, you know, pushes into that further, is you can make like a I think it's called a news channel, and whatever you post in that channel you can like publish, and anyone who's like choosing to follow the channel, they can get notifications from your from your Discord in like their own personal servers. To just, I guess if they just want to make it even more obvious when you're live, they can choose to do that. So it's, I don't know, it's just it just kind of like makes me realize how much like Discord seems to care about their audience and know what people use their their stuff for, that they're like, oh, let's just make this even easier. Let's just add this feature. It's going to be even easier people to do this thing that they're already doing. I'm like, wow, thanks, you know, that's actually kind of cool, Discord. I only recently like I didn't I don't know. I guess I just like hadn't got around to it and didn't want to deal with it myself, because every single time a new person would join my server, I'd be like, "Hey, what are your pronouns?" so I can give you the correct like pronoun roles. And Feeny recently was like, "Hey, you want me to just like add a bot to the server for you where people can just like do that themselves?" And I'm just like, that sounds like difficult. That sounds like annoying. You're gonna do that for me? And he's like, yeah, it's not, you know, like, it's not gonna be that hard. And I'm like, okay, if you want to do that, go ahead. And he was really nice, and he set that up for me. So now I don't have to like, I don't have to communicate with people anymore. That's crazy. People can just do it themselves. You hate setting up bots? Yeah, I obviously like didn't want to deal with it, because I knew those bots existed, and I was just like, I'll just ask them personally. Like there's not enough people like flooding in here for me to need a bot. I'll just do it like one-on-one with the person. And then like somebody joined like a little while back, and I asked them and they never answered, so I'm just like, I don't know what to do. But now that I have a bot, it's you know, it's their problem. Leave it up to them. You have them in yours for pronouns and other stuff. I've seen like other streamers have them for like what kind of like games they play. They'll have like, you know, like community-based like online multiplayer games, and it'll be like, oh yeah, what kind of, you play Monster Hunter, you play Mario Kart, stuff like that. I don't know if I'll add anything like that anytime soon, though. I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. I don't know how to handle like a community. Like I've already mentioned it, but I legitimately just made my Discord so I could add people, and then like other people were like, hey, you should add this, you should do this. And it's like slowly just becoming more of a community server, and I'm just like, I mean, this is fine, I guess. I'm just like a little, like, you know, what's the word? I'm just a little, oh god, I can't think of the word. It's like I can't think of the word. Whatever. It's like, you have one for announcement, so I don't use that everyone. Oh, I have an announcement channel literally called like funny at everyone pings, and that's where I at everyone. And I assume if nobody wants like, you know, the at everyone pings, I can just like, you know, turn those off. You also have one for if you're like picking your streamer, viewer, gamer, artist. I mean, that's not a bad one to have. I think I figured out the word. The word I was trying to think of was like daunting. It's very like daunting to me that like I have a kind of have a community server building up, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm too like introverted to be like, I don't know, post in general and be like, hey guys, what's up? Blah 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 blah. What's going on? And then it's like not even active enough for me to be able to do that. Like, I think it was like probably over a week ago now, I posted a picture, and it was one of those like silly box traps being held up by a stick, and it was just like captioned like, what would you put under this box to try to like capture me? And only like one person responded and like interacted with that picture. So I was like, I was hoping for a couple more people to, you know, talk about that. Oh well. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to communicate with my little tiny community. I thought that would be a fun little thing to do. Yours isn't super active either. I like post stuff sometimes. God, you saying you post stuff sometimes, or like suddenly reminded me of like a friend of mine has a server, and he sometimes will like post food that he makes, and I'm just like, I think about like what I eat every day, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't wait to make like a food server, like a food channel in my server, and just be like, yep, I'm having Hot Pockets again, and then the next day it's just like more Hot Pocket, like just it'd be just funny to me. Like part of me is like, you know, like people are gonna find out I eat garbage every day. I've been eating Hot Pockets like just about every day of my life since I was like still in high school. Like I've been eating Hot Pockets just about every day since like the year like 2015, 2016. And it would just be kind of like it would be funny to me to have a whole channel dedicated to, oh, I cooked food. Here's the food I cooked. I'm going to take a picture of it. And just every single day, every morning, it's just 2 Hot Pockets on a plate. And then just like keep that going for like 5 years straight. It's going to be 5 years worth of me posting that I ate Hot Pockets in the morning. And then one day somebody's gonna like message me, and they're gonna be like, "I'm worried about you. I'm worried about. When was the last time you ate a vegetable? Are you okay? Are you?" And I'm gonna be like, "Huh? It's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry. It's a Hot Pocket. Yum 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 yum." It's gonna be like my long-term joke to myself, but also like the smallest low-key cry for help at the same time. And just like this whole combination of this is so funny to me. You're just mad that nobody's using your intro channel. I've seen servers with intro channels, and I'm just like way too, like, you know, I'm just too introverted to go like walk into the intro channel and be like, yep, here I am, I exist, everyone perceive me, this is some facts about myself. I think there's one server that I've done that in, because they like required you to do it in order to like see any of the other, like anything else in the server. Like in order to actually like enter the server, you had to fill that out. And I'm just like, I guess I'll do it. And then I did it. And like nobody said hi to me or seemed to have like given a shit. And I'm like, okay, that was fine. That wasn't so bad. You've considered doing that for your server? Yeah, but then like how many people do you think would be like, oh cool, I like this streamer, they seem cool, I'm gonna go check out his Discord server. And then they go to your Discord server and they see that it's a requirement to fill that out, and then they're just like, fuck this, I don't want to do this, and then they leave. Like that, like, I'm not trying to make you worry about that, I'm sorry if that's what happened, but that's like something like I would worry about. And it is valid to want to, like, it's completely valid. I understand you wanting to know more about the people in your server. Like, that's why I, like, never raid anyone unless they've raided me before. Like, it, like, scares me to raid somebody that I don't, like, really know anything about. I tried doing it, like, last stream. I had played Bloodstained. I'm like, you know, let's see who's playing Bloodstained, and I'll, like, raid one of them. And there was, like, 3 people, and none of their tags really said anything about them, and I didn't know anything about them, and I'm like, maybe I won't raid them, because I don't know what these people are like, and I would feel really bad sending my viewers over to these people if these people, like, weren't cool. Yeah, you've raided people and then regretted it a bit? Yeah, I'm like scared of that happening. I don't want that to happen to me. That's why I eat, like, 90% of the time I'll just forget to raid anyone, And the other 10% of the time, I'll like look into raiding someone and like there's like I don't really have anyone to raid. Like there's some people that like have raided me before and I'll follow them back. Like usually if a streamer raids me and they, you know, I'll follow them and I'll try to raid them if I can, but like most of the time I either forget or they're just not live. Like most of my streams go pretty late, so nobody is live. And if there is somebody live that I follow, it's like some big huge streamer, and then I just feel like awkward like raiding somebody, but like yeah, I'm gonna add my 3 viewers to your like 3,000 viewers, and I don't know, I just feel like really awkward and weird doing that, and I don't like particularly want to do it. Like I've been in people's streams who got raids from parties of like 1 person before, and the streamer will just like the streamer will almost like call them out and be like, yeah, you don't even have any viewers, you just raided like with yourself, that 1 viewer is you. And I'm like, oh my god, like why would you say that? Like that is so rude. You hate raiding with 1 viewer, but that's like the thing is like from what I've noticed about like my view count is when you have 1 viewer that isn't you, like that's not, it doesn't count you as a viewer. Like there's been plenty of times when I'm streaming and I know the only person watching me is Feeny, because I don't know, Feeny's a big nerd and he's always watching my stream, and like that's the 1 viewer. Like it's not even true what they say when they like are a jerk to the person who raided them. So I'm afraid I'm gonna raid this person with like 3 viewers and they're gonna make some off comment about how like, oh, why did you even bother raiding me, blah. And I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna start like crying on the spot. You try to raid new people every once in a while. The end of my stream is usually like 5 to 10 minutes of me scrolling through the VTuber tag. I mean that's cool, like that's how you found me. That's like I like that's like I'm trying to think of like the words for this. Like it's really nice to like raid people. Like even if you have like a really small viewership, like raiding like other small people is just like such like a boost in confidence, and like, you know, just like that's what it is for me. Like when people raid me, like it, you know, it makes me happy, and it really does like boost my confidence. And I'm kind of surprised at how often I get like raided. Like I don't even get like raided that often by people, but like I've gotten like raids before, and I'm just like, that's kind of crazy. Like people are raiding me. You've only raided bigger ones a few times, and I knew they'd be nice about it. Yeah, I raided a VTuber a few weeks ago. She's been having like a freaking uncapped subathon for like almost a month now, and she averages, you know, a decent amount of viewers, like, and I raided her, and she like gave me a shout out and like actually like one-on-one talked to me about how my stream went, and I was like, that was kind of crazy. That was weird how like nice this person is about me raiding with my much smaller than hers view count. You would think most streamers like this would just ignore you. Yeah, those people are the nicest. Like thinking about it it makes me think, because it's like, I don't know, you raid a bigger streamer and it's like this person has like, you know, huge view count. You raid them with like 3 people and they don't even like acknowledge you. And when I think about that, it makes me feel like they're like my older sibling, and I'm like a toddler, and I'm like knocking on their door, and they're like, hey, you wanna like read this book together? And they just like don't even answer. They just silence at the door. You know they're in there, but they don't give a shit enough to even give you a response. And I know it's not like that, because like they are a bigger streamer and they probably like legitimately didn't even see it in chat. but that's like how it feels sometimes. It's always funny though to see like a smaller raid will come into a stream like that, and some of the people in chat will be like, "Oh, raid, huge raid, whoa!" And it's like 3 viewers, and it's just like, it's funny to see that happen. You rated a VTuber you looked up to and watched regularly, and she was so nice when you rated her with 3 viewers. That's like the best feeling. The best feeling is like when you raid somebody, and they like, you know, perk up about it, and they're like, "Oh, thank you," like of course that's gonna like feel good. And I'm sure I assume it feels good for them too, because like whenever I get raided, I'm like, holy shit, somebody raided me, hell yeah. I think the craziest thing that happened to me during my stream is I got raided by somebody who had like 60 viewers. He just like rated me with like 67 viewers, because like I still look at like my Twitch stream achievements, and that's like my highest view count, and I'm like, it's gonna be a long time, it's gonna take me years to break that record that he like brought into my stream. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like hi. I don't even think I was like affiliate at the time. But it was just like crazy to me that I'm like, this person rate like this, that's wild that somebody with this many viewers would like think to raid me. You got raided with like 30 viewers and you lost it and you couldn't focus. Yeah, having something like that happen suddenly, like I think like I hadn't even been like streaming very long, and like I was still like pretty nervous about like just starting my stream, and just like talking, just that alone made me nervous. And this person raids me with like 60 viewers, and I felt like just my whole body just heat up. Like I was like just suddenly just like actually physically sweating, and I got like freaking like warm from how like, I don't know, just how like it just threw me off so hard, and I got like super nervous. But I think I took it pretty well. I think I still have the VOD of that. I think I still have that, like, I think that VOD is up on my YouTube channel. I mainly just use my YouTube channel to like, you know, throw VODs up. Maybe one day here in 5 years, someone will be like, oh hey, cool, really old VODs of this streamer I like, and they'll go watch them. It can be overwhelming, but in a good way. Gosh, I think I would be able to handle it pretty well, because like even then, when I like wasn't as comfortable streaming as I am now, I still handled it pretty well. But I'm like, it could be like worse in a way, because like I've seen people with like, I don't know, like 10,000 viewers raid a streamer with like almost no viewers, and suddenly like having all those people in your chat is like you because like I don't have any limitations on my chat. Like there's no bot that filters out any kind of spam or really any messages. So having that many people suddenly just spamming in my chat, like my chat would be destroyed. And there's not really anything like on the fly I could do to fix that. And I have like, you know, notifications play on the stream when somebody follows me. So I would probably get like easily like 100 or more notifications just back to back to back to back of people following me, and I'm going to be frantically trying to figure out how to turn that off. And I'm going to be like, oh my god, I need to like silence this now. I'm going to be opening like the freaking like control panel of Streamlabs being like, please turn off follower note, please, please, please. It's so much. It's constant. It's just constant. You have some auto mod stuff. I used to have some auto mod stuff, but then I think I just realized I like don't need it. Like of course like there's auto mod stuff for like, you know, things people shouldn't say, but like there's nothing for like spam. Like if somebody wanted to post like 100 emojis you could do that, and then each one of those emojis is gonna show up on the emote wall on stream and like float around for 5 seconds. There's not enough people that like, people don't abuse that enough for me to like bother doing anything about it. I have no spam protection. I don't need it. One day I might need it, and I'll have to like, you know, set it's. I just don't need it. It's not a problem. God, I always love like when people are in my chat. Like, I want to thank you two for being in my chat, because it's just like so. I don't know. I feel like just having people to talk to in my chat is like, I think it's the same for like every streamer. Having people in your chat to talk to just makes the stream better. Usually when I'm on my own, I find it hard to like talk about things or have it like even think about things to talk about. So I just like thank y'all for being in chat. Like, it means a lot to me. Yeah, having people to talk to is such like a good, like, it's just like it always makes me think like it always makes me feel like a little scummy just calling it like free content, but that's kind of what it is. Like, it makes content, like making the stream, just so much easier when you can just like talk to chat. I feel like that's like the hardest thing, like starting out as a streamer, is like you won't really have an active chat at all, and just sitting there like you have no experience talking over video games or anything like that, and you just like sitting there in silence on your stream is like not good. Like, it still happens to me sometimes, and I'm like, that's not a good thing to like let happen. But having like, you know, people in chat just like fixes that. It fixes it so well. Yeah, even if it's just one person chatting. Like, there's so many times, like there's like a guy in my community called Other Guy, and he's like here like pretty often, and I talk to him a lot in chat. Yeah, being live and not having anyone to like talk to makes it like so much more difficult. That's just like the truth. Unless you're like already a professional, unless you're just like already like super good at making conversation, I guess, just with yourself, which I feel is just like a skill you have to like refine over years of streaming. Like, I think I was talking to a friend of mine about like the streamer Nanners, and I'm like, she's so good at just like talking and just making like coming up with like jokes and like just like talking about anything or even nothing. Like, she's so good at it. Like, I'm like, I wish I could do that. And my friend's like, yeah, but she has experience. She's been streaming and making content for like 6+ years or something like that. I'm like, that is a good point. You're at least you're blessed with your rambling abilities and talking about absolutely nothing. You wish I could be the one person in chat for more people, but I simply don't have the social battery for it. I mean, that's completely valid. That's completely valid that you don't have the social battery for it. And also, like, with the rambling thing, like, I've started like experimenting with like what caffeine like does to me when I take it, because like usually I don't want to rely on caffeine at all. But I bought a couple energy drinks to prepare for my like subathon I did like a week or so ago, and it went pretty well. Like, I didn't even need the caffeine. I went like 16 hours straight, no caffeine. I got a little loopy there for a while, but I recovered. I recovered. I got a little silly during the Titanfall stream, but I think I was mainly just kind of sick of Titanfall and ready for it to be over. But I still had the energy drinks, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna drink one of these before stream and see what happens. And it opened my mouth a bit, I suppose. It made it easier to just ramble. And I've been doing like the same thing like every stream. I'll like I don't have like energy drinks, but I like bought some like caffeine pills because energy drinks are freaking expensive and like not good for you at all. So I bought some caffeine pills and they really help my rambling ability. My rambling ability has increased by a lot. You're just a loudmouth and love talking. Yeah, but that's like perfect. I'd say like that's like perfect for streaming. Just being a loudmouth and talking is good. It's good. My main problem is like thinking of things to ramble about. Like I try to think of like, oh, what's like happened to me recently? Maybe I could like talk about that, but I'm like, I don't really like do much. I'm a very I'm a very like at home kind of person. I stay home and that's what I do. Sometimes I'll go on like walks with like Feeny, but like that hasn't really happened recently because it's just too damn cold. It like snowed like a week or so ago, and I was like, you know, snow's really pretty, and the best time to go walking in the snow is when it's still actively snowing. And we went out and walked in the snow, and there were like quarter-sized clumps, like walking with the snow, like, you know, the wind blowing behind us wasn't so bad, but we got to a part where the wind was blowing in our faces and the snowflakes were like quarter-sized lump of snow each, just hitting us in the face and in our eyes. And it was such a bad idea. Like I'll usually just like kind of like walk around the block where I live, and that's our walk. But we were stuck like as far away from the house as we could have been. There's no turning back now. It's only forward, and the snow is blowing straight in our faces. I think I walked backwards for a short bit because I have this weird thing where it's like if wind is blowing directly in my face, I find it hard to catch my breath or like breathe. So like the strong wind blowing in my face increased by the snowflakes in my freaking eyeballs. You just say anything that comes to your head, and honestly that leads me to sometimes saying very dumb things. I mean, that's how I got on like the topic. I was like talking earlier about how much like how, I don't know, we were talking about corn and like how drinks are like the soda that you drink out of a McDonald's cup, for example, is not as like the cup costs more than the soda, which is probably the only reason free refills exist. It reminds you of a time you walked to a friend's house in high school on the highway. That sounds like scary. I would not want to walk like along a highway. Like people, you know, people on the highway, they're driving very fast. I would not want to be that close to cars going that fast. That sounds like a very scary experience. It was basically blizzarding. That is hard to say. Blizzarding out. That sounds even more dangerous, because then like any car that's going to be on this highway can't fucking see, and you might get like, that's just a higher chance of you getting hit by a car. Unless they were all smart enough to stay home and there were no cars, which I doubt, because it seems like no matter how bad the weather is, there's always at least one person on the road trying to get somewhere they shouldn't be going at that time. You couldn't go through the woods because the snow was too thick and you didn't have any snow gear. Yeah, that's not good. Well, you're here today, so I assume it all went well and you were, you know, Nothing bad happened. There were cars, a big truck passed us at some point. I just sometimes I wish I knew I could like I wish I could just like look at a car that's like driving on the road and know where it's going, because sometimes I'll leave my house and I'm like, oh, it's like 2 in the afternoon. This is the perfect time to go to like the store. There won't be that many people, right? And then I go to the store and there's so many people everywhere and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what are y'all all doing here? Like, why are you at the store at 2 in the afternoon on like a Wednesday? I don't understand. Like, it just blows my mind sometimes because I'm just like, why are they all here at this time of day? I went to the store the other day at like 9 in the morning and surprisingly there was like nobody. And I'm like, 9 in the morning isn't that crazy early. Where are the people at? But like anytime in the afternoon, I guess that's when the people come out and they decide to go to the freaking store. Which I don't understand how that works. It's like, I feel like most people, have like 9 to 5 jobs or probably, are at work at some point in the afternoon. But then there's still like hundreds of people on the road and at the store. Yeah, it does feel so random. It's like I was talking earlier about like I did a stream the other day, like, at night on a weekday, and just I had like a good amount of viewers. Like I was surprised. I had like 5 viewers for just about that whole stream, and I'm like, this is crazy. What are these people doing up at this time on a freaking weekday? And then earlier I started my stream, and for like the first hour of the stream I had like 2 viewers. I'm like, it's the weekend. Where are the people? You would think the weekend would be the better time to stream, but like according to what I'm seeing happen right now, I'm not so sure. But now that it's gotten a little later at night, a couple more people have shuffled in here, and I'm just like, I just don't know the opportune time to stream, and I don't understand how that works, because that also seems pretty random. I don't understand like analytics and stuff like that at all. Like I asked a friend of mine, like I had like a TikTok to upload, and I'm like, what's the best time to upload a TikTok? Because I just like, I have the TikTok ready. Like other guy just sent it to me. It's ready, but it's like 2 a.m. Like I shouldn't post it now, should I? And they're like, God, no. No, do not post it at 2 a.m. If you want your TikTok to do good, you need to post it around like noon or like 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, okay. And I posted it around like 6 o'clock that night. And when I looked at it the next morning, it was like, I had like almost 1,000 views and I had gained like 30 followers. And I'm like, holy shit, that TikTok did better than my other 3 TikToks like combined. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know if it was like the TikTok or just like what had more impact, the TikTok or the time I posted the TikTok. They told me to post it around 6 p.m. to like 8 p.m. and it did really well. And of course, other guy, like, he edited the TikTok and he saw me like post it and he saw like the tags I put on it. It's freaking TikTok. So usually like clickbaity stuff like bothers me and I don't want to do it and I feel kind of like silly doing it. But like on TikTok, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to put hashtag funny in here. I'm putting hashtag LOL watch this, like freaking like the stupidest tags I can think of. Because literally the hashtag funny, like it shows you how many views that tag has. That tag has billions of views. That's like the biggest tag on TikTok is hashtag funny. Literal billions of views on that tag. And I'm like, why would I not throw that tag on my video? Why wouldn't I do it? Of course I'm gonna do it. I'm putting a hashtag funny on this video. You see people but like put like hashtag piss and you still don't get it. I've seen people like all I can assume that is it's just like they think it's funny. Because I'll see like people here on Twitch and they'll have tags on their stream like hashtag bald, hashtag like gremlin, hashtag like I don't know. They'll come up with like their just own wild weird tags that you don't think like I don't think anyone on Twitch would ever search by that tag, and it's possible no one else is using that tag. Like I either see people like don't use the like don't put tags on their stream, or they just put a bunch of joke tabs. And I try to like be serious about my tags and put stuff I think, you know, people are gonna search me by and find me, because, you know, Twitch already doesn't have a lot of like, you know, Twitch is not a platform that's very good at growth. So you got to do like whatever you can to get like the right viewers on your stream. Like, I think several people, like I think you can check what like tags people search you up by. And I think my highest tags are like, one of them is like furry. I think like it says like 40% of my audience that searched by a tag came by because they saw like furry on my freaking stream. And then the other one was like probably like VTuber was like the other one. And I think like other guy, he said he found me because I was playing like Neon Abyss, but oh, not I always call it Neon Abyss. It's Neon White. He saw me playing Neon White, which is one of his favorite games, but he also saw one of my tags was like ADHD, and he was just like immediately like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Which is just really funny for me to think about. That somebody sees the ADHD tag and they're like, oh yeah, this person's a mess. This is gonna be great. God, the thought of like, because like some of my tags are, you know, ADHD, neurodivergent. So I'm like, what if I just add a tag that just says like unmedicated? What if I put like an unmedicated tag on my stream? That'll really get the viewers in. They come in here, they see I'm mentally ill and unmedicated, and this person has to this person's fucking unhinged. This person's crazy. Unmedicated tag on TikTok. I'm tempted now to go just see how popular that. There's no way that tag is like popular. I've never seen the unmedicated tag on TikTok. Hashtag mentally ill. It's perfect. It's perfect. God, thinking about tags again, I remember I saw like there, I think it was before you could just have any tag you wanted. It was still just like there was specified tags you had to choose from. There was a tag for like every country, I believe, so that you could, you know, tag what country you live in, and I, you know, attract people from your country to your stream. And apparently there's a country called Chad, and the streamer I was watching would talk about like the tag on his stream, because people are like, are you really from Chad? Like why you have Chad like tagged on your stream? And he was just like, because I'm, you know, he'd just be like, because I'm a Chad, you know, you know, he's not using the tag for the right reason, but it was still like funny. He would just call himself a Chad and use the Chad tag, even though that's not what it was for. Which, I mean, like now that like you can literally make anything a tag, it doesn't really matter anymore. I don't watch that streamer as much as I used to. I don't even remember if he still has like the Chad tag on his stream. Now that like you know, tags have changed recently. Still not like recently, but it's been hasn't been like that long. I remember being so annoyed when they changed like how the tags worked at first, because I had all the tags set on my stream the way I wanted them to be, and I had like, you know, picked and choose, I want these tags on my stream, and then like I just noticed one day there were no tags on my stream, and I'm just like, what happened? And that's when I learned that they changed the tags, and it like cleared all the tags on my stream, and I had to like re-add them all. But it was like harder for me to add them because it was like all the freedom in the world, put anything you want below your stream, and I'm just like, uh-oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to put. But I obviously figured it out. I think I even looked at like some other streams for like inspiration. I do that pretty often about like little things like that, where I'm like, I don't know what tags to use. Oh, this streamer uses like, this streamer I watch uses these tags. I should use those tags. Or I'll be like, oh, I don't know how to like how I should format the like title of this YouTube like video. So I'll go just steal, like I'll just find somebody that I watch and I'll be like, oh, they format it like this. I'll start formatting it like that. That seems good. Where I'm like, I don't have like any like good emote ideas, and I'm just like, look at somebody else's emotes. I'm like, their emotes are so good. Like, like I don't steal the emote, of course, but I ask Feeny, I'm like, here, use this as like reference and just like make it your own, and there's a new emote. Annoyed they got rid of the option to have the slash between the pronouns and stuff. I didn't even like notice. Like, I didn't think about it that much. It didn't, I guess it didn't bother me. Yeah, I get general ideas from other people's emotes. I see their emotes and I'm like, okay, you know, they have a crying emote. They have like, you know, this and that. Because I feel like if I'm like trying to come up with it like just solely on my own, I'm gonna like forget like something obvious. I'm just gonna like one day be like, oh my gosh, why don't I have like a crying emote? Like that's such like a basic nice thing to have. Your flustered emote is still being reviewed by Twitch. Yeah, that happens. Like Feeny like drew all my emotes within like a week, and I would like, you know, upload them. It takes like 2 weeks for them to review emotes. It takes a long time. There's one up right now that's like still being reviewed. It's like such a cute emote though. They allowed your gun one right away. Yeah, it's, I don't know how they like choose which ones to like allow. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I know my sob emote was held. I think my blushing emote was held, but things like my I think my love emotes weren't held. Like they allowed those. Also, hi Win, how are you doing? There's a new channel point reward if you want to check that out. You might find it interesting. Shit, I just realized something about that channel point reward. I gotta like change it. I have to make, I need to make it to where people like have to like type to you know, submit the thing. I need to change that. Where is it? Required to enter text. Good. Perfect. Now people can just, you know, just say in the actual reward thing what they want drawn. I win. I perceive you. Here, let me hydrate. Yeah, one of these days you're gonna like, I'm gonna like admit on stream that every time people like hydrate me, I just like pretend. I just fake it. Cause like my I have a freaking like PNG model, so how would you know? I'm kidding, by the way. Just so you know. I see a lot of immediate panic in the chat. That is a joke. I do hydrate every time, and probably 90% of the time I'm streaming, Feeny is in the room with me and can confirm that I've taken my sippy. He's not in here right now though, so I assume Feeny's like asleep on the couch or something. I don't know what he's doing. I think like I took a nap earlier and he just like stayed awake the whole time. So now that it's like later in the day, he's probably fallen asleep. You love WooLoop. I love WooLoop too. I like the original plan was I was gonna play more Bloodstained, and then like I don't know, I wasn't like awake or in like the proper like headspace, I guess, to play Bloodstained. So I was like, I'm gonna just vibe and talk to chat and play WooLoop. You've never heard of this game? Yeah, it's funny that you would like mention you've never heard of this game, because we had a whole conversation, like me and Motive had a whole conversation about how like just about every indie game you ever see just like doesn't get like any advertising, even though it completely deserves it and needs more like eyes on it. This game is really good. It is very relaxing. It's made by Toasty Labs, and they made the game called Coloring Pixels, which is basically like a paint by number but with like pixel art. And I put like 20, like that is the game that made me realize that I have like pretty gnarly photosensitivity. Like I've had migraines my whole life and I've never known what causes them, and my mom never took me to like a proper doctor to figure it out. And that was the game that taught me that I have photosensitivity, and that like flashing lights and rapidly moving images cause me like terrible dizziness and like disorientation, and then I get like a migraine and I'll like get like the worst headache of my life and go puke my guts out and go to sleep. Like it would be so bad that it would cause me to vomit. And I never knew what caused it until I played Coloring Pixels. And since the whole screen is just like pixels, I would drag the screen around and color the pixels in. And I noticed that the pixels moving, that was, rapid movement, and it would affect me. And that's how I learned. And now I can't play that game anymore. But they released this game, and I'm like, wow, this one doesn't mess with my photosensitivity that you taught me about. So I can play this all I want. And it is very nice and relaxing. Jeez, yeah, it was bad for so long. Like not knowing what was causing it. Like I don't know how it took me so long to realize. I don't know what like took me so long to realize, but it's a relief that I know now to avoid those things. I haven't had like a bad migraine in months. Like very rarely I'll have like a very minor migraine, but it won't be anything like what I used to have. What exactly is the make me say stuff reward? Can I like request a copy pasta? Basically it's you redeem that, and then for the next like minute or so, I have to read everything in chat out loud. So if you, I guess if you did redeem that and copy pasted like a whole copy pasta in chat, I would be obligated to read it out loud. I believe it was redeemed last stream, and one of the first things somebody made me say was pee pee poo poo. I need to like check out that reward. I need to, I guess I need to make it like more clear. That is pretty clear. That's like the thing there. Oh, let's see. Let me check my clock on my computer. You got 1 minute. I'm looking at the clock. Please not pee pee poo poo. Well, Karma, you just made me say it again. You just made me say it. Everything for the next like minute in chat, I have to read out loud. And I've got my clock. I'm watching it. You've wasted probably a third of your time now, about half of your time at this point. Start thinking of some unhinged shit. I am not crazy. I know he swapped those numbers. I knew it was 1216. What one after? I don't even know what this is. What is this? One after. Oh god, it's getting worse. One after Magna Carta. If I could ever make such a mistake, never, never. I just couldn't prove it. He covered his tracks. He got that idiot at the copy shop to lie for him. You think this is something? You think this is bad? This chicanery. He's done worse. That billboard. Are you telling me it's a man just happens to fall like that? When? What the fuck are you making me read? No, he orchestrated it, Jimmy. He defecated through a sunroof and I saved him, and I shouldn't have. I took him into my own firm. What was I thinking? He'll never change. He'll never change. Ever since he was 9. Always the same. Couldn't keep his hands out of the cash drawer. Not our Jimmy. Couldn't be precious Jimmy. Stealing them blind, and he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke. I should have stopped him when I had the chance, and you have to stop him. What is that? Oh god. Better Call Saul. Oh my gosh, Win, I can't believe you spoiled Better Call Saul for me. I can't believe you made me spoil a whole show for everybody, and that everybody here now knows that he poops through a sunroof. That's probably like a whole, like, that's like so important to the plot. That's like the MacGuffin of like Better Call Saul, I'm sure. Like him pooping through the sunroof is like just the key to the whole plot line. And now I'm gonna like watch like episode 1 and just be like, oh yeah, this all makes sense. Like immediately everything makes so much sense now that I know that Saul Goodman pooped through someone's sunroof. Better Call Saul is really good. I've heard that it's really good. I like watched Breaking Bad, and you know, I liked Breaking Bad, and I tried watching Better Call Saul, but something about it was just like, I don't know. It didn't like grab me. Like I watched like the first episode or two, and it was just kind of like, this is like boring, or like, what am I watching? I don't know. You binge watched both of them? Yeah, I watched the hell out of Breaking Bad, and it was probably not very good for my mental health. The thing I tell people about that show that have never the thing I tell people about Breaking Bad who have never seen it is I tell them this show's not good for like mental health. If you have mental health problems, you probably shouldn't watch this show, especially don't binge watch it, because the show has this magic about it. It's like something absolutely terribly shitty will happen and you'll be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. That's horrible." And then things will seem to be getting better and you're like, "Oh, the show's like the characters seem happy and things are going well." And then something even more over the top that blows that previous thing out of the water happens and you're like, "Holy shit. What the fuck?" And this happens over and over and over again, and they just somehow keep topping themselves every single time that like little cycle happens. It's always something worse and worse and worse. Like it's a good show, but like keep an eye on your mental health, you know? Maybe you shouldn't watch it then. Like, I think if you watch it, like, sparingly, it'll probably be fine. Like, if you watch, like, Cause like what I'm saying is like, okay, terrible event happens, and then like you go like, I don't know, a week or two, and you mentally recover from like, wow, I can't believe I just watched an episode where that terrible thing happened, and then you like, you know, take your time and watch the show, and you know, I don't know, it's like binge watching it all at once is going to be like a barrage of awful things in your brain. But if you take your time watching it, it probably won't be as bad. I'm not trying to like convince you not to watch it. I'm just like, you know, pace yourself. Be careful. God, I think I watched the show too fast because like I've noticed it seems like if you like binge watch shows, it makes it way more likely that you're gonna forget most of the things that happen in the show. Like I know I saw the whole thing, and there's like so many things in the show that I just like blank on. And when I think back on the show, I usually only remember the worst things that happened. Like I can remember some of like the top most like horrendous scenes in the show, and that's like about it. Like I think I was talking, I think it might have been when I was like discussing the show with a bit, and I had just like forgotten like whole like characters that like existed. Like I was just like, what? The like who? And Wynn's like, yeah, they were like super important to the story, and there was like a whole arc about them, and I'm like, I don't remember them at all. Like that's crazy. I'm trying to be like vague, by the way, so we don't spoil anything for Motif if they decide to watch it. The crazy thing to me about like Breaking Bad is apparently like it's still like just like the show's just like good. Like you can tell it's good because the show stopped airing like years ago. It's been years since this show's gotten like, you know, any new episodes or anything like that. It's just like it's just been a meme for years. People still make jokes and memes based on this show all the time. You literally watched it last year. I watched it like fairly recently too. Like I definitely watched it like way after it finished airing. I watched it at least like 2 or 3 years ago. Like I forget what year it stopped airing. I think it like stopped airing in like 2015 or something like that. I'm not even sure. It's a bit of like a, it's not like an old show, but it's like, you know, it's been a little while. Maybe it's just because like Better Call Saul like started being made that people looked back on Breaking Bad and they're like, oh yeah, this show was really good and we all really liked it. Let's, you know, make memes and references to it. Whew. God, I might have to take a short bathroom break, and I fully blame like the caffeine I had. So I'm gonna finish this string, and I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna play a little advertisement, and I'll be right back. Wow, hi. I came back. You started watching it because a streamer you like was making their entire Stardew Valley playthrough a Breaking Bad meme. What did they have? Did they have like a mod that put like a pizza on their roof or something? I wouldn't be surprised if that was, you know, I would not be surprised if that was a thing. Thank you, Motive. I remember when I was still like new to the internet and people would use like the WB. For some reason, like I recognized people would say it when somebody came back from like doing something, but I thought it stood for like where been. It took me like longer than it should have to click in my hand, be like, oh, it means welcome back. I used to think it meant where been. They weren't playing any mods, they just named themselves Walter White and they were only planting blue colored plants. That is silly. That is a silly playthrough. Moons, where have you been all this time? Oh, you know, the bathroom. That space between my bathroom and the computer. You know, that's about it. Sorry it took so long. Takes so much time to walk all the way to the bathroom and then all the way back. It's like my parents always said, but it's like going to the bathroom is like taking like the trip to school, going uphill both ways through snow and ice with nothing but a t-shirt on my back. God, I remember that always confused me like so bad. I'm like, what do you mean? Like you went to school and went like uphill both ways. I remember that like grinding in my like little child mind, trying to imagine like what this freaking road was like. Like I'm just like, is there just like two giant hills between you and your school? I'm like, there must have been. Uphill both ways. Or like, I guess you lived on a hill and your school was on a hill and you just had to like walk through this valley. It's like those two like twin shrines in Breath of the Wild where we're like they literally are like, but like there's like a super deep crazy cavern valley between them, and and one of them has like the puzzle for like the other one, and they're like I forget they're like literally like twin shrines where each one has like the puzzle for the other one inside, and they're separated by this really annoying gap you have to get through. Such a cool puzzle though, it is. But I'm just comparing that to like that's what I have to do to get to the bathroom. I'm in one shrine and I have to get to the other shrine because that's where the bathroom is. The bathroom's in the other shrine. Yeah, the dueling peaks. I'm surprised I even like remembered that like tidbit about the game. It's been so long since I played the game, and I only ever did like one playthrough. I think I tried to do like a second playthrough and I just like couldn't like get into it. I remember trying master mode and realizing master mode was like hot garbage. Like master mode was so terrible because it's like I want to fight the enemies, but in master mode you just have to like ignore the enemies, I guess. Because you literally can't kill them. You can't you can't do enough damage in like before like your weapons break to kill an enemy, and then they just like regen. Your best thing you can do is grab a freaking crate and whack them, which I think is super lame and I don't want to do, or you just avoid the enemies, which is another thing I don't want to do, because like that's part of the fun of the game is fighting enemies. No uphill both ways means you go up the hill to school, and while you're at school the hills shift and now your house is up the hill. That's awful. Just like the hill like lowers to ground level and that causes your house to like rise. That'd be so annoying. You finished Breath of the Wild recently, you had so much fun. It is a really fun game. I've heard like most people seem to have gripes with how like weapons would break, and I wasn't like a huge fan of that concept, which seems to be like the only thing people complain about is weapons breaking. But I don't know. I thought it was fine. I didn't have that much issue with it, honestly. Unless you're talking about Master Mode, which was stupid, as I was saying. Hi, Wisp. Maybe... I didn't, like, hear you get up. Maybe I was in the bathroom when that happened. I'm playing WooLoop. Game of the year. Luckily your girlfriend was there to guide you because you're a terrible gamer. You had the comfort of knowing where weapon respawn points were. I never found myself at a point in the game where I was like out of weapons. Like, oh, phone app, you didn't go anywhere? Well, that explains it. But, I never found myself in a point in Breath of the Wild where I was like, oh crap, I don't have any weapons. That just, like, didn't happen to me. Oh, you didn't have that problem either, but you just, like, it was just comforting to know where they were in case you needed them. That makes sense. That, like, makes a lot of sense, because, like, one of the problems I did have, and I think a lot of people did, was they would find, like, a really cool weapon or, like, a really strong weapon, and they knew if they used it, it would break and it would be gone forever, so then they just, like, hoarded all these, like, god weapons in their inventory and made do killing things with, like, shitty, like, boko clubs and fishing spears. I remember doing that a lot. There was so many times when I would come up on an enemy and just look in my inventory and be like, okay, what's the crappiest weapon I have? And that's what I would fight them with almost every time. You loved the horse taming? I never put like I had a few horses, but I wouldn't say that was my favorite part. I did like the horses though. One of my favorite things that I did in that game was I got like the DLC where you get the Korok hat that like jingles when you're near a Korok, and I would just like set my horse to like auto walk on trails, and I got to like look at just like how nice the game looks, and every now and then like the Korok hat would jingle, and I would get off my horse and, you know, look near the trail and try and find it. You want someone to steal the horse taming mechanics and make a horse taming game? That'd be good. They were good mechanics. I'm not like a huge fan of like button mashing to like do things in games, but I think it wasn't bad. It wasn't that. God, I'm having that trouble where like it's like me personally, I didn't particularly like that mechanic, but I don't want to be like rude, and I'm trying to think of like the nice things to say about it. You spent hours taming horses in that game is where most of your playtime came from. How many horses are you even allowed to have in that game? And I remember one of the things I found most annoying about the game is there's this like ancient guardian thing with like an owl face and like, I don't know, like extra legs or something you could like capture and like ride like a horse, but you're not allowed to put it in a stable. So it was like, this is super lame. I worked really hard to tame this thing and I'm not even allowed to keep it. And then there was another part of the game where you find it's just a giant horse. There's a quest that leads you to a giant horse, and you're not allowed to keep that either. And I'm like, why not? I'm just like, I want to grab the freaking like people that like, take care of the horse, like you take care of your horses, and I'm just going to grab them and just be like, listen here, you are going to take care of my giant horse and you're going to like it. You can keep the giant horse. It's been a while since I played, but when I think back on that, I feel like they didn't let me keep the giant. I remember that they didn't, but it has been a long time since I played. I could have swore I would have bet money on it that's just how I remember it. It wouldn't let me have any fun. No giant horse, no weird owl creature, no deer. It's one of the special horses you can get. The only special horses I'm aware of was, I guess, well, the giant horse now. And I think if you had a certain, like, amiibo, you could get, like, Infoa. Were there any other special horses? The white horse? I guess I don't know about the white horse. What was the deal with the white horse? God, I hope Tears of the Kingdom comes out and it's just like it's good. Like, I'm not so much worried that the game won't be good. I'm more worried that the Switch will like smoke when I turn that game on. I hope that it's very well optimized for the Switch, or I will be sad. They, like, I don't know, from the small bits of the show, the small bits of the game that they've shown us, it looks like it's made in the same engine, so surely it won't be hard for the Switch to handle. Spawned in a specific location was the only solid white horse. You hope Tears of the Kingdom brings back horse taming. I'm curious how they're gonna like handle the game at all. Like I think it seems like originally I was thinking like, what are they gonna do? Because it's still set in Hyrule. Are you just gonna like, is the map gonna be exactly the same? That seems kind of lame. Like what is the map gonna be like? But after seeing like some of the trailers, it looks like some of like the land of like Hylia just decided to float into the sky. So I guess the map is going to be kind of just fucked up and like different because there's going to be like holes and craters everywhere where there used to be like, land. And I guess maybe there'll be like, I don't know, monsters living in the craters. And there's going to be the whole sky islands that are floating up there that you explore. I remember after seeing like, I think like the first reveal trailer where it showed they were underground, a lot of people speculated that a lot of the game would take place underground, and I don't think that's really been like debunked or anything. Like that's still a possibility. The game might have like more underground areas and in-sky areas. I'm just really glad that they're making like they're basically just making like Breath of the Wild 2. Good night, Motif. I'm glad you came by for my stream. I'm glad you had fun. But I'm glad that they're basically just making Breath of the Wild 2 because I've never really played many of the other like Zelda games. Like I tried playing a couple of them, but like they just like weren't for me. I didn't like particularly enjoy them. So the fact that they took like a whole new spin on, you know, the Legend of Zelda series and it's more to my liking, I'm just like, I'm glad they made more of that, or are making more of that. You still technically never finished the game. I'm not sure if I did either. Like, I don't think I found all the shrines. There was like a few I was missing and like I couldn't find them. I remember like going like looking at like the hero trail or whatever. It shows you like where you've been, and I would go places that I like hadn't been before and I like couldn't find these freaking shrines. There would be places where it's like, oh, it's beeping, there's a shrine nearby, and I'm like, I cannot find the shrine. I think there was like some mountain range where they told me there was a shrine, and it just seemed to be pointing me into like a solid rock, and there was nothing around, and there was no caves. I couldn't find anything. It just would beep and like lead me into just a rock, just like into the ground, and I'm like, I don't know how to get to this. You had Phantom of the Hourglass as a child, and you hated it. I've never even heard of that Zelda game. I've never even heard of it. The fact that I've never heard of it makes me think that a lot of people must have hated it, and it's been forgotten about. Breath of the Wild is like your dream game, though you love open world exploration like that. Same reason why you like Genshin so much. Yeah, it was such a good game. I really like the open world exploration. That's why like playing the game again is difficult, because like you start out on the freaking like plateau, and it's like, I don't want to be stuck on the plateau. I want to move on from the plateau, please. But you have to do like, you basically have to do the tutorial every time, and the tutorial can like take a while. And then like the game doesn't like have any replayability. You're curious how the next game's gonna handle that? Yeah, it's I mean, I'm curious too, of course, because it's like the previous game, you spent all this time collecting heart containers and spirit orbs and leveling up your Link and getting all this like gear and just abilities, and then it's like, what's gonna happen in the sequel that's gonna be like, oh, Link has lost everything. You know, everything's gone again. You gotta like find it, but you can't go back to the shrines because you've done that already. Like you've done the shrines already, and I'm like, okay, where's my like power gonna come from? The shrines have you know, served their purpose. I'm really wondering how, like, you know, the progression like that's gonna work, and what story element is gonna take away all of Link's power and abilities. Well, like, what I'm assuming is gonna happen, because it looks like it's like, it's been a while since I've seen the trailer or even like heard anyone talk about it, but wasn't it something like it looks like Ganon's like corpse, like his like actual like physical body like came back to life or something like that. So I imagine like weird corpse decrepit Ganon is just gonna like steal Link's power and then like throw him in the dumpster. And then you like wake up in the dumpster and you're like, oh man, wow, I don't feel so good. I feel weak. And he's gonna crawl out of the dumpster and eat some like garbage pizza. And that's gonna be like what gives you power. You gotta walk around Hylia and you gotta find garbage pizza, and the garbage pizza is the new spirit orb. That's definitely, no, not pineapple pizza garbage. It's gonna be like pepperoni. Pineapple pizza garbage would just be like above, just that would be too bad. Like eating pineapple pizza, like eating pepperoni pizza out of the trash is acceptable. That's okay. But eating pineapple pizza out of the trash is just like, you're You're going a step too far. You shouldn't be doing that. No, Teal. I'm sorry, Teal, but you're just wrong. I'm sorry. You're just wrong. Thank you, Karma. Hey, Captain Karma, can you do me a favor? You see that like channel point reward that like disables the pizza time emote? Can you use that for me, real quick? Since you're like a fellow pineapple on pizza hater, can you just use 1,000 channel points real quick and get rid of the hell yeah. Haha. Hold on, I gotta finish this string and I'll go disable that. Oh, never mind. Well, that was fun while it lasted. That was a good like 3 seconds. At least we got rid of some channel points. I added new channel point rewards and I'm surprised nobody's like done it yet. I added the make me say stuff reward, and then today I added the like make me draw stuff reward. I figured like people would be going crazy making me like draw ridiculous things with my terrible art skills, drawing with a mouse in MS Paint. You're poor now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I like convinced you to waste your points on that. I should have known better. There's too many pineapple on pizza likers in this chat. Too many pineapple on pizza enjoyers. Maybe I just need to get like unhinged like channel point rewards on the channel and just have some of those that just like make me bark or freaking howl. Don't some of like your friends, Karma, have like stuff like that on their streams? I'm trying to remember their name, but I was in their stream for a bit the other day and it was just like so much howling. It was hilarious. Chi, yeah. The howl redeem is pretty funny. I don't know. Like I don't think I'd be good at like having a point reward like that, because like if I'm not in the mood, if I'm not like in like the headspace to be that unhinged, I'm just gonna like see that channel point reward and like not want to do it. Like right now, if somebody like redeemed that, I would be like very reluctant and be like, oh, I guess I have to do it. Like I want to do it like when, you know, when I feel like doing it. Pineapple pizza's gross. You'll do anything to tear them down. It is. I don't like that like flavor combination. It's just awful. Gosh, for some reason that reminds me, like, I always forget to give people, like, shout-outs too. I always forget to do that. I think I've done it, like, one time. Maybe. Let's see if I even know how to do this. Shout-out. Is this working? Is this working? I'm typing. How does it work? Oh wow, it worked. Wow, check out my friend Captain Karma on Twitch. They stream on Twitch. Oh my god! Oh my goodness, Captain! Whoa 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 whoa! He's a super cool person. Was that good shilling, Karma? I'm not very good at like shilling. I'm terrible at like even just shilling my own stream. I did my best. You'd buy a drawing, but apparently you gotta save points to support pizza diversity. No, you don't. You could make me draw something. That would be way more interesting than saving an emote that like only Feeny uses. Like I'm gonna... Yeah. My drawing redeem my stream is like 66,000 points. Yeah, but like, how much like? I don't know, I'm trying to like think, cause like that's I mean like that's a lot more than mine, but you also have like way more skill than me, and you're probably willing to put a lot more effort into it. Me personally, like I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, you want me to draw like a duck, and then it's gonna take me, I'm gonna take like 30 seconds, if even, to draw the like the worst duck you've ever seen, and I'm gonna be like, there it is, there's the duck. You're saving your points for that now. it's not gonna be a good drawing. It just isn't. Boy, I can't wait to go through this whole cloud and then go back through the cloud and then like fill the cloud in. Oh god, it's gonna be annoying. This would be like artistic freedom commission essentially. Yeah, yours sounds like way more like professional and like just like, you know, like good art. Mine is going to be, I'm going to open up MS Paint and be really annoyed trying to like capture the window and then spend 30 seconds drawing, and then I'm going back to whatever I was doing. I'm gonna like just use like the bucket tool to color whatever it is, and then it's gonna like mess up and color the whole page, and it's gonna be great. I just remember there was one other time when I did open MS Paint and just basically just drew whatever and just whatever anyone wanted in the chat. And I believe that VOD is also on my YouTube. It was like the end of my my Neon White play. I played Neon White once, and that's when like other guys showed up, and he somehow convinced me to like start drawing a circus in MS Paint. I'm very susceptible to like what people want me to do on my stream. Dang, a whole circus. Yeah, I drew a whole circus. Or not like a whole, like not like a whole circus, but like, you know, I think there was like a carousel, there was like a clown probably. I think I drew an elephant. I think I like took a picture of my VTube model at the time and threw it in there somewhere. God, I forget how long I've like known you, Karma. I don't know if you've seen my like old model, or if I've ever seen you like, I don't know. I guess I'm just curious what you think of like the newer model versus the older model. But I don't remember if you've seen the older one. This one isn't like even like that new. It's been a few weeks now. I'm not very good at like the passage of time. Like, how long have I had this model? Who know? It's been probably like a month maybe. It was like a bunny. It was gray. That's one of the main reasons I changed. I like decided not to use that model anymore, because everyone assumed it was a bunny, but it was like actually a kangaroo. But the only way you could really tell was from like the tail, which was like off screen, or the nose, which was like not a rabbit's nose, but that's also like not something people paid a lot of attention to. And also, like, I feel like the audience you can get with just like a full like furry model is a lot smaller than the audience you could probably grab from, you know, like a half furry model. If you know what I mean. I feel like, you know, like human girl with squirrel features is gonna bring in a larger audience than like kangaroo anthro furry. You were hesitant to say bunny because people also assume you're a cat when you're not. What kind of animal is your model then? Are they like a fox or something? I don't know. Like I'm not sure either. It's a doggy. The puppy. God, I always, whenever I get on the topic of like cats and dogs, I'm always just like, cats are like so overrated. Like it almost to the point where it bothers me how much people like cats, and I'm like, what's so great about cats? Like they're not even like particularly cute compared to like how cute some dogs are. Like there's way uglier breeds of dogs. But like there's more cute puppies than there are cute cats. You love both, to be honest. That's valid. It's just my personal opinion. But yeah, he's a dog with pointed ears. You own 5 cats? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've ever had that many cats. Like, I know growing up my mom always kept cats, and I think the max we would have would be like 3, maybe 4. 5 cats like must be like, you sound like you have your hands full. Like you sit down on the couch and all 5 cats, I imagine, want in your lap, but they don't all fit in your lap. And hopefully they all get like along with each other, because I imagine that's another problem, is having that many cats, they might not all get along. You breathe cat hair constantly. Sometimes there were kittens, sometimes 4 cats. Yeah, but like 5 cats. And I don't know, kittens don't really like count. Because, well, like, I don't know. I don't particularly remember having kittens. I think I do remember, like, vaguely now that you've mentioned it, having kittens. Because I think, like, there was a story where we lost one. And we didn't think to look in the closet because we didn't think it could fit under the closet door. But it could totally fit under the closet door. They don't always get along. Your mom was like, we're never getting any more cats, and then we just recently got a new cat since they were a stray nobody wanted. That would happen at my house growing up a lot, because like we always had like outdoor, like we would have dogs that stayed outdoors and the cats would stay like indoors. And like we would always seem to wind up with like stray dogs, and just whatever stray dogs came around would just like become our dogs. I think we had more dogs just show up that we decided just to be like, oh yeah, I guess we'll keep them, than dogs we like chose to keep. Like we had more dogs that were just like, oh yeah, here's a stray dog, I guess we'll keep it. Then, oh hey, here's a dog we like actually like are choosing to like want and bring to our house. That's how we got most of our cats too. I wouldn't doubt it. For some reason that's like less familiar to me though. I remember I think we had like a small lizard for a short time that I think we got after like our aunt died or something. And I remember apparently the lizard died because there was like a stick in its habitat that allegedly fell over on top of the lizard. But I like barely remember that. I also know we had like an iguana for a long time, and the only reason I remember the iguana so well is because it very often lived in a cage in my room. I remember it escaping one night, and one of my like sisters found it. Like we didn't know where the freaking iguana was, and apparently she had like gone to the bathroom sometime in the night and walked right past where it had been. And apparently this iguana like wasn't like, it was not a safe, and doesn't seem like a safe animal to keep, because I remember my dad having to grab it and to put it back in its cage, and it like tore him apart. Like that thing had like the gnarliest, like longest claws, and it just like, it tore his arm up. All your cats are either from off the street or we took them from other people who were getting rid of them. Yeah, I think that's how we got cats when I was growing up. I remember a lot of cats were like, oh yeah, so-and-so doesn't want this cat. We have cat now. God, where, Wisp, do you have any idea where we got that freaking iguana from? Because like, I'm just like, why did we have an iguana? Like, it's not a safe pet to have. Like, it obviously wasn't safe to have it, or we just had it for some reason. We lived in a house with 4 kids, and there was a freaking like death claw living in a cage in my room. And it proved that it was able to get out several times. You would love to get a dog, but your cats would hate that. You'll probably get more than one when you move out. Papa gave it to us after his school was done using it as a class pet. You know, that... God, I don't know how young I was when we got that freaking iguana, but I feel like I kind of knew that. Like, I feel like whenever I think of the iguana and I try to remember where we got it from, I remember going somewhere that had like a chalkboard. And I remember like we were like visiting our grandparents when we got it. Its name was Einstein. I had no idea that iguana even had a name. No idea that iguana had a name, and it lived in my bedroom. Okay, thanks for hanging out, Karma. Don't be afraid to message me on Discord. My stream was just too enthralling and made him late to hang out with his friends. It's kind of funny to me. It's like crazy. It's like, wow, somebody enjoyed my stream so much they forgot about their like real life obligations. No, it's still like crazy to me. And I'm like, that iguana had a name. It had a name. That's wild. It's also wild to me because I'm imagining like if somebody I knew was like, hey, you want a freaking pet iguana? I'd be like, no, I don't want a pet iguana. Are you crazy? There's no way on earth I would accept that as just like, oh, here's a free iguana, a free crazy lizard that's like gonna like if it gets out of the cage, that's just it. There's no way to get it back in unless you sacrifice some of your flesh. It's a wonder it never got like loose in that school. Maybe it did. Maybe that's why they got rid of it. It got loose in the school and like maimed a student. Sometimes we lured it with fresh greens. The story of how I remember like it am I remembering this story right? Because like it escaped and didn't come back because we would leave it outside in like the summertime because it was like hot and humid out there, and I don't know, that's like good for lizards. So we would leave it out on the porch in its cage because it had a freaking huge cage, like big enough where it's like 2 people could like probably stand in that cage, and it would just sit on the porch. And it was, I think it was like our oldest sister would go out there and feed it, and she wasn't thinking, and she put like the dog food in the lizard cage and then like panicked, and for some reason she like, instead of just like getting the dog food out of the cage, she tried to cover the dog food with like, you know, food for the lizard, so the lizard would maybe eat the dog food. And then when she like came back to like, I guess like get like put the leafy greens on top of the dog food or whatever she was planning on doing, the dogs had like broken in the cage to get to the food, and the lizard was just gone. Is that about what happened? Is that what I remember being like told, or that's how I remember the story? Kinda, really close. Yeah, we never saw that thing again. That thing escaped and just just like hit the road. Freaking like hitchhiked back to like the tropics or something. I don't know where it went. It certainly was not tame at all. Like I'm pretty sure like I don't know much about like lizards or anything, but you know, you tame a dog or a cat and it'll come back home. You can even like tame birds to not like fly away and they'll come back home. Guess you can't tame a lizard to know this is your home. You should stay. No, the lizard's freaking gone. The lizard, the freaking iguana, did not know better. Ooh. Whoops. Gosh, this has been a nice little stream. I might end it after this level. Like I don't like plan things very well. Like who knows? Like I might like finish this level and be like, I'll do another level. Like who knows? But at this moment, I'm feeling like, yeah, I might end it after this level. But I kind of just do things on a whim. Did I tell you about how our niece's pet birds made fun of me? No. The last time, like, I was over there, one of the birds had, like, died. and there was only one bird. I don't even think they knew what happened to it. They just checked on the birds one morning, and one of them was no longer living. But how did the birds make fun of you? Did you like trip and then they started like chattering at you or something? Still have a lot of strings. You were trying to make bird noises at them, and I couldn't get it right. I told our niece it was better, you were better at cat noises, so I mewed, and the damn birds mewed back. That's kind of funny. You were trying to mock the birds, and the birds wound up mocking you. God, I can't wait to like fill in this whole castle. One of like the worst parts of this game is doing stuff like this. I guess really tight like pegs though are bad too. Oh, how many of these are there? Okay, this is just like one. There's one identical thing here. It just makes it even more tedious when I'm like, oh, I did. It's like there was like one level, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was like two giant pineapples. Just two like it just had like two random pineapples, and I'm like, okay, I made one pineapple. I guess I have to make another identical pineapple, even though I just made I just made one pineapple. I'll make an identical one, sure. It was just kind of lame. I'd already made one of those. I didn't want to make another one. I like filled in one of these like towers. And it was like tedious to do it again. I gotta like fill in the whole damn castle. So if you don't like the picture, you can't skip it. I mean, you can skip it, but I mean, I'm gonna do it. There's just some parts that are like less fun than others. And at the moment, I can't think of anything else to like talk about other than to like complain about how tedious some of these parts can be. It's still like completely manageable and like not that hard to do. It's not that bad. But I'm like, compared to like some parts, like where is it? Like this like right here was like really fun and easy to do and like flowed really well. That compared to like this was just way better. But this, like what I'm doing here, still isn't like even close to the worst thing ever. I'd rather fill objects in than do like the pixel ones. Or like go up edges like over here and then like just have to go back over the edge. Teal, are you still playing way too much People's Playground? I haven't like caught up with you recently, but I assume you're still just like playing People's Playground a lot. I think I asked you like the other day what you were doing and you said you were making like a death ray in People's Playground. But I've been almost tempted to get like Blade and Sorcery once. And then like, I guess I changed my mind and I took it off my Steam wish list. There's so much stuff on my Steam wish list. And like, feels like at least 80% of it is like not released yet. I'm like, release already, please. Please, I'm begging you. I want to play Hades 2. I want to play A Lot'll Not. I want to play Outpath. I want to play Billy Bust Up. Billy Bust Up's gonna be like the game of the year in like 2024. If that's even like the year they're still releasing. They recently changed, I think they changed their thing from 20 like instead of coming in 2024, it now just says like coming soon. And I'm like, does that mean you're still coming out in 2024? Did you decide to push the number back? Are you bringing it forward? What's going on here? And there's not really ever any like real news about the game. It's just like the Twitter account will post like a screenshot every now and then of what looks like a couple characters in a cutscene, and they'll like caption it something like, oh, they're confused. And I'm just like, that's cool, but like more gameplay, more songs. Can you show more of the songs? Can you promise me that I can play this game without it getting like copyright claimed on my stream because of how much like good music is in the game? It's gonna be super lame if this is like, oh, we have a streamer mode that like stops all the good music, and I'm gonna be like, get ready for a muted VOD, everyone, because I am not turning this music off. I will just record it locally if I have to, which I've never bothered to do, and I don't particularly want to do, but if I have to have muted Billy Bust Up streams to throw on my YouTube, I will do it. I will go through the bother. And even to do that, I guess I'll either have to like know ahead of time, which I won't know because I'm gonna probably be streaming it day one as soon as it releases. So I'll just have to like ahead of time just be ready to, you know, record it. I'll have to figure that out. It can't be that hard. Is there a way to get in trouble if you're using tags that don't suit your streams? I don't like think so, because like they changed how the tags work and now they're just like you can kind of just have anything on your stream be a tag, and I've seen people with some like pretty ridiculous tags. I've never heard of anyone getting in trouble for tags. I think in the past, like maybe you could have gotten in trouble for not having the appropriate tags when there was like a list of set tags. But I think overall, like I don't think they like care that much. What are some weird tags I've seen? I've seen people that like, I think off the top of my head, I've seen people just have like random like chat emotes as tags, just like spelled out. I think I saw one guy, one of his tags just said bald. There was the guy I talked about, like I think I talked about him earlier, where it was before the tags were different. They had a tag for every country, and there's a country called Chad, and he was using the Chad emote even though he wasn't from Chad, but he would like joke about it. He's like, oh, but I'm a Chad, you know, he would just call himself a Chad, and he's like, that's why I'm using it, I'm a Chad. I think another streamer I saw once had like a tag on their stream that said like auditory ASMR or whatever, even though they didn't do ASMR. I'm not sure why they had that tag. You don't think you'd be proud of being called a Chad? Yeah, there's probably some toxic masculinity tied in with people who are thought of as Chads. Whoops. Okay. I was like, oh boy, I get to do the loopy, and then it was mad at me. I was trying to loopy too soon. Is taking caffeine ever like give anyone a headache? I thought caffeine was supposed to prevent headaches. I don't know if I just got like unlucky today, because like maybe I like slept too long or something, but like I've got like a slight headache. And I don't know if it's because like I slept weird, or if it's like I took caffeine and my body's like, ow, what is this stuff? Yes, caffeine gives you headaches. I don't feel like I have like brain hurt. It's just like I just have like a slight headache. Maybe I have like a little bit of brain hurt, but like it's not like bad. If it was that bad, I probably wouldn't be like streaming right now. I think the if anything the caffeine did to me is it made me more anxious. But me like sitting here playing this and streaming has gotten my mind off of that. WooLoop has temporarily cured my mental illness. I should check on my numbers go up. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's messy in here. Hold on a second. I gotta clean, holy shit, I gotta clean this up. There's like so much mess. Hold on. Just gotta move this around and do that. Check a couple things. Eat my fruit. Throw some money in a hole. I just love this WooLoop gameplay where I'm like definitely not tabbed out playing numbers go up for a second. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I recently like unlocked like a huge thing and numbers go up and I'm just like right after this stream I'm like diving straight into it. I unlocked like the next Titan and I'm like I want to kill the Titan and unlock the new feature. But I want like to be able to put my full attention on that when it happens. Because usually the new features like I'm gonna have to like learn how it works. And each one is like completely unique and like weird usually. If you don't like caffeine and don't crave more, then your body probably reacts to it differently, which is sometimes a spectrum symptom. Yeah, but like I've noticed usually when I take caffeine, I'm more like chatty, which is really good for streaming. And I have only been taking it like right before stream. Like the first time I took caffeine, like it was great. Like I took like an energy drink and I felt like it went really well. And then I took like, I don't know, I have these like caffeine pills now because energy drinks are expensive. And I feel like the caffeine in these might be affecting me slightly different than like the actual energy drink. Maybe the caffeine pills, like they were cheaper. That's like low grade nasty caffeine. It makes you most social too. Yeah, so far caffeine's been like pretty helpful in some areas. Like I think the first like hour of this stream there wasn't really anyone for me to like chat with in the chat too much, and I was still just like rambling and just like going on about like anything, and I'm like that's like, I mean that's a good quality to have. Is just have the ability to talk about anything. God, I'm like thinking about my sleep schedule again. I'm like, please, I don't want to screw up my sleep schedule. I have to stay awake at least until like 7 in the morning. That is the sleep schedule I want. I want to stay up until like 7 in the morning and then wake up at like 3 in the afternoon. And I will be happy with that. There's no naps. There's no nothing. It won't be that hard to stay up. I can do it. I just need to fix this sleep schedule and not mess it up again. These past couple days, it has not been consistent. Gosh, and the other thing, like, isn't like caffeine like a diuretic, so it makes you like pee more? I think I've noticed that pretty quickly. Like I woke up and I went to the bathroom, and then I took the caffeine pill, and about an hour later, like I had to go to the bathroom again, and then I like started my stream, and like about, I don't know, like 2-3 hours into my stream, I had to do a BRB and go to the bathroom again. And I'm like, I usually don't have to like go to the bathroom like this often, just like every couple hours. That is quite a bit. Whew. I'm just existing. I'm just vibing. Good. I think I was playing like TF2 this morning with Swift, and we were in like a lobby, and there was like some like kid, like he sounded like he was like 10 years old, and he was on like the like in the VC in the freaking like match, and he was like making fun of somebody, and he's like, "Oh, you probably still like live with your mom," and I'm just like baffled that that's like considered like an insult still, because I'm like, yeah, it's almost it's almost like that's a requirement these days, because making a living wage is a really freaking difficult. That kid's gonna grow up, and he's gonna learn. He's he's gonna learn if he's like, oh yeah, let me just move out of my parents' house. Oh shit. Oh shit. I made a mistake. This probably was gonna happen. I'm taking a drink of my own volition. Nobody even had to tell me. I just did it all by myself. I'm so responsible and so good at taking care of myself. I put hydration in and it was good. Now I get to do like whatever this pattern is twice. Humans have lived in multi-generational homes for most of humanity's existence. That sounds about right. It was the 50s that taught Americans that if you don't have your own house and your own if you don't have your own house on your own, you're a loser. And the 50s sucked and had a high suicide rate. Yeah. I don't like the that mentality of you have to have your own place, and like, you know, Yeah, well, exactly what you said. It's not a good mentality. Like it's okay to have help and like live with your family or even your friends. Like it's like it's like it I guess it's going from a time when it was like I guess possible to even like pull that off to like it's not so much possible to like live on your own in your own house. That is not an easy thing to do anymore. They had cute skirts and cute kitchen appliances, maybe cute hairstyles, but mostly you liked the dresses. Well, good thing the 50s had something we can hold on to, huh? There's probably still some kitchen appliances from the 50s that still work. I think don't our grandparents have like a really old microwave from like I don't even remember what like country they said they bought it in, but they've had it for like the majority of their lives. They've had that thing for like 50 years. It isn't cute. I think it's cute. It's like almost like futuristic in a way. It's got like instead of like opening like you know like the like instead of like opening like towards you like the like I don't know microwave normally is, it opens up like a fucking like a DeLorean. Like the freaking door swings upwards. It's like the Coneheads bought an alien incubator. They brought an alien incubator. Yeah, but it's like I think it's cool. I like that old microwave. God, I still need to make a Feeny watched the Coneheads. You like that I like it? I remembered the movie like Coneheads existed. I think I've only seen it like once. And I asked Feeny, I'm like, have you seen this movie? And he's like, what the fuck is that? Like I explained like a bit of the concept and he's like, what? Huh? No? And I'm like, oh, we have to watch that someday. It's I remember it being such a good movie. It isn't the curvy refrigerator that you envision, but I like that you like the style. I usually like things that are like square. I think things that are square are nicer than things that are round. I was at the store the other day and we were buying like shampoo and whatnot, and on the same aisle they had like it was some kind of shampoo I've never seen before, and it was like just in these weird square bottles, like almost like perfectly rectangular edged bottles, and I'm just like it immediately caught my eye and I'm like wow, I kind of like the look of those bottles. Like I don't know, you don't find shampoo in rectangular boxes, or not boxes but rectangular bottles. I thought it was cool. Kirby is cute, but those bottles sound cool. Something perfectly cubed. Sometimes perfectly cubed cars are neat too. Yeah. Things that are like perfectly cubed can be as nice as rounded. Oh my god, what are all these? I guess there's like stars in the sky. Those shouldn't be hard to do, right? I'm almost like begging this level to be over. Because it's been almost like 4 hours and I wasn't planning on doing like a super long stream. But I don't want to like end the level, like mid-level. I wanna finish it. It's crazy to think that it's already midnight. Like, I really started my stream like late. I did not mean to start that late, and now it's midnight, and I'm like, I'm only like 4 hours in, and it's midnight. That's crazy. Like, I look at the clock and I feel as though I should have been like live longer than this. Oh boy, filling more things in. 2 identical things. And then this is the last fantasy map though, and then I only have like, I don't know, what was it called? Like, what was it, like book 5? I've almost done all the levels. And I've had my eye out to see if they're gonna like announce more levels, and they haven't done so yet. They're still like, you know, trying to promote the fantasy bundle that came out like a week ago, if it's even been that long. The fantasy bundle has not been out very long. And I'm already ready for new levels. I've seen people stream like that Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, and I've been like tempted to, I guess. But that would be like the just chatting stream of all just chatting streams. Like, I already kind of just like sit around and talk during these streams and like don't discuss the game at all. Unlike like Bloodstained, I'll usually like, you know, talk about the game quite a bit. But yeah, if I played the Duck Simulator on stream, it would just be me sitting here talking. I guess like chat could name the ducks. That'd be interesting. I never know what to name the ducks. A lot of them go unnamed. I think a lot of my ducks go unnamed in that game because like I don't want to name it the most like ridiculous, like obvious thing. Like I just don't want to. Like, I'm trying to think of an example of one of the ducks, but like I'll see a duck and I'll just be like, oh, I bet like 90% of the people that played the game named it like this, but I don't want to name it that, but I can't think of a better name. You named all your ducks the most obvious thing I could. Yeah, I think I like noticed that because like I think I owned the game and you like had me like Discord screen share it to you, and that you decided to get it yourself, and you were like, you should name that duck that or that duck that. I'm like, I really don't want to. I don't like these names. They're too obvious and like unoriginal. It is not. I'm not trying to be mean to your ideas, but it's not what I want to do. The watermelon duck is named Watermelon. The firefighter duck is named Douse Duck. Okay, Douse Duck isn't bad. I feel like most people wouldn't think to use the word douse. Watermelon duck, though, that's not original. Just watermelon. The only thing I think I would name... Only reason I can think of that I would name it watermelon for is so I could like recognize it from a distance. Is I could just like look at the crowd of ducks and see the name and be like, oh yeah, there's the watermelon duck over there. You name the clown John Wayne Gacy because he was a terrible person and I don't like clowns. Is that the serial killer that was like famous for dressing as a clown? I assume that's who that is. I like clowns though. Well, like some clowns. It depends. It kind of just depends on a clown by clown basis. Yes, his side job was a kid's birthday clown. Yeah, that's it's probably like it's I don't even know how to like word this because like it's probably just like obvious that like it's probably his fault that people like, you know, clowns are kind of like a horror movie standard kind of thing now. A lot of people are like clowns are creepy and scary, and he very likely started it. That or like Stephen King writing the book It was probably another like nail in the clown coffin. If you meet the clown and they're professional and funny and stuff, that's great. If it's a silent image of a clown with an emotionless perma smile, nope. I mean, that's valid. That's completely valid. I can do another level. This one won't take... Oh, look, it's... Speaking of clowns, it looks like I get to do like a big top kind of thingy. What a tent, like a big top tent. Wow, clowns, yay. You're welcome, Wisp, that I decided to do another level. I'm definitely not thinking about like stopping mid level. I guess you gotta go. You told my friend I was watching your stream because you're almost done. They're waiting to VC. Yeah, I probably won't be live much longer. I specifically was like, yeah, I could do this level because it's short, but at the same time, I'm like, I didn't want to stream like too long today. Okay, bye, Wisp. Whoops. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna wrap up here. Whew. Well, I think this was a pretty nice little stream. Nice 4 hours. Not too short, not too long. Feel like it went pretty well. Maybe I'll be live tomorrow because it's like still the weekend. And Sunday night sounds like a decent time to be live. Maybe I'll play more Bloodstained. And if my brain doesn't feel like playing Bloodstained, I don't know. Maybe I was gonna say finish WooLoop, but there's still quite a few levels, so I don't know about that. But thanks everyone for coming and perceiving and being in chat and lurking and that. I appreciate everyone. Thank you.